This is the audio test we will be starting soon. Please let me know if any of the commentators this week are a little too loud or a little too quiet. We want all of us to be about equally as loud, and the game should be just barely audible. If there are any recommendations that you would like to provide, please feel free to do so. We want the stream to be just perfect for you. We are doing a thing. We got a decent-sized tournament. It's happening. It's a prize pool tournament. I didn't realize we did 4 tournaments this month. Did we do 4 tournaments this month? Something don't seem right. Either way, I should probably advertise this a little bit. Give me like... It's gonna be about 15 minutes till the tournament starts, so for those of you guys who are waiting in anticipation, sit tight. Hey there, good to see you here. I see Reddy is ready for the show. We are still getting things in order. So if people want to sign up, you guys got a few minutes, you know, just take your time. Got 15 minutes left or so before we start the tournament. Alright, I believe at this time... Let's see. Alright, cool. I think all our logistics should be done at this point. We'll have a co-host joining us shortly as well. Let's see who's here. The local dunce, good to see you here. Hey there, Derb. Hello, Turgtos. Always nice to see you here. Got all the regulars here. Always do appreciate your company. Thank you for stopping by for the prize pool tournament of November 2020. I legitimately didn't know it was the 4th week.
Yo, I'm back.
Welcome back. We are live, by the way, in case you're wondering.
Okay. Okay, so I shouldn't go on that tirade about, my incredibly sex-negative commentary.
Oh no, absolutely not. You feel free to go ahead and do that.
Yeah, as you guys know, we're incredibly sex-negative here on the Gr8 stream. You know what I'm saying? That's a deep pull. The sex-negative Gr8 podcast.
Odd. It's been. How long has it been since you made that gag? It's been a minute, but.
Again, only true fans know.
Oh no. True fans will forget.
Yeah, what is that? And it's the me, Josh, and JP like kill you to take over the stream fucking like meme.
Someone else reminded me of that. I think maybe it was you, but like somebody reminded me of the whole. Yeah, was it you? Yeah, it's like kill me to take over the stream, some shit. Like that was a thing I didn't even know was happening until you guys brought it up.
Yeah. Someone reminded me, like, recently that I won a Monday Night Blockbuster, and my, like, name on Steam was Wizard Gang Bosch J.
What else could it possibly be?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it's like when you won Monday Night Blockbuster for the first time.
That's kind of cool that people are still watching this stuff, though. Like, the fact that they, like, even were aware, like, the first time you won Monday Night Blockbuster, that's... your name was, like, that's pretty cool. While they're still alive, I guess.
Yeah, someone reminded me. Someone must have just remembered, I think.
Possible.
But yeah, that was so. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot it. I forgot Monday Night Blockbuster was a thing. Right? Like, dude, remember that fucking tournament? It just seems like ancient history now.
Yeah, true. I mean, I still get the email reminders for it, so, like, to me, it's like, I forgot if it's... I don't even know if it's alive or dead. Like, I have, like, email reminders to reminding me to sign up in case, like, I, actually want to improve my shit. And,
does Ron still do his?
I don't think so. I think he came back for a little while, but I thought he went back on hiatus. I don't actually know.
Because he was going through some shit, right?
Before, yeah. Now I think he's just not... I think he's just busy now, but I honestly don't know the details. Like, I'm not involved with him really at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I just remember like Dizzy got involved in that like a big way, and I was like, oh shit, good for him.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, it's semi-consistent. Okay, I feel that. Oh, someone's a mod. I see. Someone's got the green sword.
I'm promoted.
Oh, dude, that's another meme that we don't see anymore. The Swords of Revealing Light meme. Remember that shit?
Oh my god, it's been like 3 years since someone pulled out that card.
Dude, that's like a pull, man. Dude, these youngins don't know who Deer is. They don't know about Swords of Revealing Light. Like,
welcome to Skullgirls Get Nostalgia.
Yeah. Like they don't know about like 159 Man. You know what I'm saying? Like
159. It's like is he forgotten now? Is he some forgotten lore at this point? That's kind of depressing.
I assume most of the people in chat right now have never like seen him play.
Chat, how do you guys know 159 Man? I want to see. Yeah, all right. So Dos Wales remembers 159 Man, but you're old.
Yeah, but I think he's an older player, right?
Okay, Doc doesn't know.
Yeah, and more importantly, do you know the Muffin Man? Yeah, see, look at it. Like, no, I don't know, no clue. Look at this shit. Like,
Jesus.
Yeah, dude. They don't know.
That's depressing.
They don't know fucking. They don't know 159 man. So they definitely don't know 610 man. All right,
Oh man.
They don't know deer. They don't know like like.
All right, Dry somehow knows 159 man. That's pretty cool. And 610 man. If you guys want, for anyone who does recognize either of those players and you want to blast from the past, check out the 159 man versus 610 man exhibition at Combo Breaker 2017, I think.
Now, I got excited. No, I think it's 2016.
It's 2016. Yeah, it might be 2016. It was the year before the CEO Taco that you went to.
Yeah. Dude, I remember being really excited for it because remember I used to be like a huge McPeanuts fan.
Yeah.
Remember that shit? And then he just got his fucking back blown out and I was like, oh.
Hey, 159 was pretty respectable, like back when he was in his prime.
I didn't realize at the time how important like optimization and set play were.
Yeah, 159 man that's kind of why he worked, right? Like he optimized and had set play that like really gave people a run for money. He also had like set play into the unblockable setup and stuff like that. So
yeah, I mean, and all the Japanese players. This is one thing: the Japanese players, and then old school Sev, Sev with Parasol Eliza Sev. Like back in the day, they would always do the green burst, the green burst hard knockdown combos, right? Because that was optimal because it didn't have the full enough dizzy scaling back then. And like I was like, oh shit, like this is how you act. Like you remember Gr8? Remember how good he with Misfortune and Robo?
I do not remember that name actually.
Oh, Gr8, yeah, he was a Misfortune and Robo band player. I think he was like the second best Japanese player besides 159 man at the time. And Sig, I guess, but Sig obviously came and went a lot.
Did he make it out to any non-Japan tournament?
No, he was part of that exhibition. That was the 10v10 or the 6v6 exhibition battle that they did. Remember back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he was part of that, I think. And I played him a lot back when I was on the grind because I was just up at really odd hours because I was a senior in college. Mm-hmm. And so that's when I played Pen. I played Gr8 a decent amount because I would just be up when it was like normal Japanese hours.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like they were so good at that, and then it got like patched out of the game essentially. But remember, Sev would always do that shit to the hard knockdown burst rate with Parasol at full on dizzy, and it's like, shit, what do you do?
Yeah, it was interesting. It was like before we realized that like Oki's usually not the way to go, but like she made it work real well. She had like some real dumb stuff.
Because you would get max damage and then go for your reset, right?
Yeah.
And because it was a burst bait, there was nothing you could do about it. You had to hold it. Yeah, and so, like, it was... But now it's like Z was like, hey, this is going to become the game, so I need to stop that. Because it became like every character should do this all the time, right?
Yeah.
You should do a full combo.
Like, imagine that, like, style of gameplay still being around and then, like, having the peak.
I mean, it is still around. Right? It's just called Beowulf is the best character in the game.
Yeah, well, that's because Beowulf was, like, the only character, as far as I know, that can really cheat on Dizzy. And it's like, that's why it still works on him. But, like, imagine like, having that old-fashioned thing where it works on every fucking team and then just using Peacock resets that we know today, or Peacock Oki that we know today on that. Like, that would be just so fucking stupid. That would just be the game.
Oh, yeah, like, Peacock hard knockdown into, like, L. George left, right? Like,
and then full combo off of that.
L. George left, right, yeah, into, like, I guess, because Peacock can get a lot in 2 strings, too. I have to remember that this is, like, what a character can get in 2 strings, and so, like, Philia, Fukuwa, Parasol are really hurt by that. Like, Eliza's kind of hurt by that. But then, like, Misfortune, Big Band, Peacock, like, they would destroy in that shit. It's the money tourney, Graham. I think that's why there's so many people.
Yeah, it's the money tournament. It's a big deal. And everyone's home because Thanksgiving, I guess. And most companies seem to give Wednesday off, which is kind of cool, I guess. I didn't know that.
Who's my money on to win? I think KJ is probably going to win, I'd say. But they always seem to choke in these tournaments. Like, they're a lot better than these tournaments would suggest they are, I feel like.
KJ? Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, they're better than these tournaments seem to suggest they are, but they always seem to choke here. I mean, besides that, I think Graham probably the second best player here.
I'd say Dom.
Graham, how do you do against KJ? Although I don't know if Graham still plays as much anymore. Are you still playing like 1 million hours a week, you fucking high schooler?
Hey there, Random Rock. I am glad you're here to try.
Graham gets rocked by KJ. Yeah, then KJ's probably gonna walk this tournament. Then if Graham gets rocked, then there's probably nothing anyone can do about KJ winning.
I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't say it's back and forth necessarily, but like I feel like Doc has more consistency than Graham does. And I think KJ, that's one of his weakest points in these tournaments, right? Where it's like for some reason, like he's really, really good, but sometimes he's not really consistent. So
Oh, does he just get like randomed out sometimes?
yeah, sometimes. So like
Okay.
like he like sometimes will fall out on like during semifinal ish periods, like semifinal ish rounds, and it's usually unexpected. So I kind of want to see. I'm kind of gonna put my money on Doc. I think right now with who we have right now, I'm gonna put my money on Doc.
Man, that's a. I mean, people are saying KJ DQs, which is good because I was about to put $5 on my pick over your pick.
I mean, your second pick was Graham, still not Doc.
Yeah, I mean, do you want it? Do you want to take me up on that?
Sure, but like I'm pretty sure you said you're never gonna put money on Graham ever again.
No, remember I put my money on him a second time, so we're back at even.
Was it on him again? I thought
And
I thought we
he-
swapped.
And he has not earned my trust yet back. Remember this? He's in the doghouse.
Doc saying he's not winning tonight. You also mentioned, Doc, that you might not be able to play. I remember that, so that might suck. You're super off? Alright, well, you better start getting super on. I guess I won't take the bet.
Yeah, we won't take the bet if he's super on. We'll find more stupid things to put money on.
Is gambling DMC'd by Twitch now? Like, can I still gamble on stream? Is that a thing?
Well, they're not gonna fucking come after your 24 viewer fucking Twitch stream, so I think you're okay.
Good to know.
You said you've cashed out this Twitch stream like once, right?
No, like once a year.
Oh, once a year? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it makes some money.
Okay.
All that money's at deficit, of course, because like if you add up all the prize pools and whatever, it's
yeah.
still technically in deficit because it's a non-profit stream, but it's the same idea. Like,
those-
I make some money back.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know what we're talking about, Twitch only allows you to, it's similar to Google AdSense, they only allow you to cash out what you've made off of them, either from subs, ads, bits, whatever, when it reaches at least $100.
Yeah.
Which actually lets them skim a lot of fucking money, right? Because if you think about it, that there's like, what, 40,000 active streamers on Twitch or whatever, and you consider that like maybe 80% of them probably are never going to cash out, but will make some amount of money, right? And Twitch just pockets that.
It's basically like almost a loan on Twitch's part, right? Where it's like until we cash out the money, like Twitch can still just have that money in loan and invest it in shit. It adds up real fast.
Yeah.
All right, so Mulder, you have not checked in, and Pet Shop, you have not checked in. I saw Pet Shop in chat, so I'm gonna go ahead and check you in for you. Mono, are you here? Where you at?
Graham, you really want to fight me right now and get embarrassed? What if I say I'm gonna play Fukua? What do you say then? In League of Legends, there we go. ARM 1v1. That's what I thought.
Now we're talking competitive. There we go.
Not until you 1v1 me IRL. That I definitely can beat up a teenager on stream. I guarantee you.
What if you got beat up IRL? That would influence your ability to play League of Legends. It's not the other way around.
That's true.
You gotta do it in the correct order.
I mean, it's funny too, cause like I'm scrawny as fuck. Hey man, you weigh more than me. I'm a inch taller than you, and I weigh 10 less pounds.
5'6", 130 pounds. Damn, I'm tiny.
Yeah, you're kind of short, yeah.
I'm 5'5".
I've dated girls shorter than you though, if that helps.
For the record, I've only dated girls shorter than me.
That's all I was about to say. I didn't know if you wanted to put your shit out there like that, but I was about to say you have also dated girls shorter than you. Damn, Hinze fucking
6'6". Wow.
Okay, everyone put okay, Hinze, but how big is your dick though? How much heat you packing, you know what I'm saying?
Just 6'7".
6'7". Alright, is the bracket locked in? I don't think anyone new signed up.
Monu was checking in. I'm going to refresh the page to see if they've checked in. And it looks like they did. Cool. We're going to go ahead and lock the bracket, and I'm going to organize the seating. Everyone sit tight for a bit. I'm going to do some logic. Listen to Kenji shout out his SoundCloud or something.
Yo, soundcloud.com/Ken the G, you know what I'm saying? I got 2 tracks on there, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, hit 'em up. Yeah, what the fuck is this emote hints? What the fuck is this shit? Bruh. Just I think that means threatened, but yeah, man, it's either I'm gonna threaten Graham or I'm gonna fucking, I'm gonna make fun of his spelling. He hasn't misspelled today. Oh no, he said I aimed shit. Never mind. God damn, man. Again, this dude has taken an English class more recently than all of us, and he has the worst spelling out of anyone I've ever seen. What the fuck is this Snapchat? God damn it, my girlfriend watching these fucking Disney Channel original movies again. God damn it. She made me watch fucking, what is it, Xenon of the fucking 23rd century or some shit. God damn, that movie was fucking terrible. It had like a young ass Raven Simone in it too, I guess before she went crazy.
Also, seeding screws over KJ a little bit.
I mean, again, I think he's just like categorically better than everyone in this tournament.
Yeah. If KJ was consistent, I think he'd be a really, really powerful player. But he has on and off days. Let's see.
Oh, you've met him? Now I get what. Why are people adding the wrong thing? If people want to know who I am, like, do people not has it been so long that people don't know that my isn't at Jacuzzi? People are adding the wrong thing here. Dude, talking about people not knowing what's up.
Wait, why is it bold? Is it just because there's an app before it? Or is there an
so.
actual user named Jacuzzi? Wait, what?
Yeah, like what?
No, it's okay. It's just because there's an ad in front of it, so Twitch is lazy.
Yeah.
Alright, the bracket has been finalized, I guess. If you guys go ahead and refresh your challenge page, you should see the finalized bracket. So, as a general intro, everyone, welcome to Skullgirls Gr8. What we do here is we host a standard Skullgirls tournament. It follows standard major rules, that means best 3 out of 5 all the way through. 2 sets per round will be on stream, from winner's side all the way until losers round 5, I'm hoping. If we have to stream something in losers round 4, I guess we will, but ideally not until losers round 5. Losers will be completely off stream. As soon as you have your opponent, please reach out to them and try to play your matches. I know there are some matches that you definitely want to see live, but you'll have to wait for the VODs if you are participating today, because we want to make sure the bracket moves along smoothly.
And also, if you're having trouble getting in contact with your opponent, let us know. Alright,
Yes.
Like, we can't do anything if we don't know. And, like, the DQ timer can only really start, quote-unquote, DQ timer can only start if we know. Alright, so if you're having trouble, and all of a sudden you're holding up the bracket and it's like, oh yeah, I haven't played this set yet because I've been waiting for 20 minutes, like, that's on you, dog. So, like, fucking let us know if you can't fucking find your opponent.
Yes, thank you. And also, if you are participating today, please join the Steam group chat. You can find the Steam group chat by typing !BG8 chat into Twitch chat. It's a link. It takes you to a useless chat. No one ever talks there except about logistics, which is why it's so efficient for making sure you get my attention. If you talk to me there, then I can guarantee I'll be able to see your concern and get your help or whatever. You're also allowed to report your scores directly into the group chat instead of challenge if you want us to do it for you. But everyone should be able to report their own scores. There was one other thing I wanted to say. Insy's saying I hate him. I don't know why. Oh, you're cool. What else? I probably missed something. Either way, I think we are good to get started. So,
speaking of Monday Night Blockbuster, Clawmaster in the chat.
What's up, boy? Clawmaster? How you doing?
Yo, Clawmaster, you must be hyped for the Miles Morales game, right? You're a big Miles Morales fan. That game any good?
I haven't played it yet. I have it. It's just sitting there. I've been playing Demon's Souls.
Damn. You have PS5? Oh yeah, you
I have two. I have 2 PS5s.
You have 2 PS5s?
Yeah, I'm saving one of them for modding later, because if it stays unpatched, it's gonna be easier to crack.
God damn, you
I'm a fucking nerd, man. You've been hanging out with me for 4 years. You know that.
You have too much money, man. You need to.
I don't pay rent. I'm back to being a complete loser in a parent's basement. It's kind of nice not paying rent. It saves me a fuck ton of money. It adds up.
That's true. When I was living with my parents, I bought a fucking guitar, so I guess it's the same fucking shit.
This
and I would
Friday,
just go out with my friends all the fucking time.
this Friday I'm building my new computer and also buying the parts with the fight stick. And that's gonna be probably the most expensive thing I've ever bought since my car.
Oh, nice. Are you gonna transition to hitbox player and be fully optimal?
Fuck no.
I
honestly don't like. I don't like the feel of a hitbox because it like the fact that you can. It feels like, you know, when you're how stupid you feel when you accidentally hit the gas and the brake at the same time.
Yeah.
When I'm using a hitbox, I feel like that with my left hand, where I am completely enabled. I feel like I'm driving with 2 feet. I feel like I'm completely enabled to hit 2 buttons at the same time. They're gonna cancel out and it's gonna fuck me up. I
feel that. I feel that. Yeah, it's like these hands shouldn't be doing like similar motions because they're doing different things.
Yeah. Well, speaking of doing different things, we should make sure people know who's going to be on stream first. We're going to go ahead and get... I kind of want to see... I really want to see Tyrone versus Grey Arsenic, but I'm going to put that on hold because one of them has to fight Doc, and we'll probably have that on stream. Let's get Turk Toss versus Mono on stream, followed by Pet Shop versus Harvest. Let's go with that. Yeah. So that means everybody else should be playing off stream. Just Blocks... 3 and 5 will be on stream. So everyone else, go ahead and play your matches off stream. If you guys have trouble getting to lobby, please let me know. Alright, Turktos is already here. I don't know why I've never done that. 4 years. No, actually, I guess Gr8's been around for 2.5 years, maybe 3 years. 2.5 years. 2.5 years I've been doing this, and I never really thought of that I don't have to actually type out people's names for who's up on round 1 or round 2. I can just write down the block number.
No, yeah.
They're saying they're double boxing it right now, so lobby links are harder.
Double boxing? Wait. What does double boxing mean?
I think using 2 different computers, like if there's a link in front of them, with like their phone or whatever, or like a different laptop.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like you wearing 2 square-shaped condoms. Like, I didn't know what that meant.
Why is it?
Also,
why is that what you're? What?
Because I immediately think double bagging it.
Square-shaped condoms.
Because he said boxing, so I was like, the fuck does that mean? So I thought it was like a riff on double bagging it. Which apparently you should not do, apparently.
Figures. Monu says something came up. Do you think they can drop? Oh, okay. So I don't know if Monu's coming back, but I'll go ahead and. Thank you, your local dunce for pointing that out. I completely missed that. So Monu might not be able to make it, so we might get your local dunce versus Mao on stream. Can we do that? Give Monu the -1 for now, so Turkdos moves forward.
Sick. Great games, y'all.
Hell yeah. Your local dunce versus Mao. Can we get that on stream instead?
Mao? Like the New Zealand player?
I think their name was... I always called him Mo, M-O-H-W. I kept on calling him Mo, and then I think they corrected me, and I think the correction was Mao. If I'm wrong, someone correct me again. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Mao.
Oh, so looking like KJ not here, so my money also being safe right now.
Is KJ actually not here?
Dude's having trouble finding them.
Damn.
Alright, here, Random Rock, after this first game, if you still can't find them, let them know, and I'll, like, start an unofficial DQ timer of a minute. How about that?
There's almost always somebody who gets in touch with KJ to see if he's around.
Alright, well, he has until 1 minute after this game ends, I guess.
Everyone good to go?
Oh, cool, I have him on chat.
Oh my god, just early ass fucking Contra. Oh, okay, still looks like they solved that shit.
Alright, cool stuff. Alright, using Ket's head, which is not actually a sweep. It does cause a knockdown, but it doesn't break armor. It's kind of cool, I guess.
Fortune shots, though, is like interesting, right? Because it's like, oh yeah, like the neutral control should be like pretty good, but it's like you need invincibility so much in this fucking game. It's just a shame.
I mean, everyone has a fully invulnerable reversal, pretty much.
Yeah. It's like again, theoretically it's so good, like that combination, right? You're like, shit, once that gets started, what the fuck do you do? It's Fortune with a tier on you. But then like in practice, like you just see it get blown up all the time by like anyone who mashes literally anything.
Yeah, it's I mean, like the mash safe specific setups are like few and far in between. It's a lot of Fortune pressure, like the stuff that's actually going to crack people's defense is not the stuff that's like safe, which is honestly probably the only thing that keeps Fortune from being just obscenely broken.
Yeah, because like, again, like I think Shot's like an insane assist. I think it probably is better than Pillar, honestly. Like if you're good enough, but just probably not with Fortune. You know what I'm saying? Like double shots, like super insane. Peacock shots, obviously incredible. I don't know, because like I remember me, Guilt, and Davis talked about this a lot back in the day.
Really? Okay.
And like, and you know me, like I'm just like DP assists are fucking broken, man. Like they just win the game for you, yada yada yada. And then fucking like they like just showed me, and they're like, yeah, dude, like L shot like assist is just kind of like better than a DP assist like most of the time.
Yeah, I mean it's like not instead of
like look at that right there. Look at that right there. Like a DP assist would have done the same thing there, but then you also get like everything else that shot can do.
Yeah, like the meaty fireball afterwards, and also the full screen nonsense pressure, which is like that's what makes L shot super good. And I feel like honestly, headless like you were saying, the thing I didn't follow is like you said that Shot is probably not as good as Pillar is for Fortune specifically, and that doesn't seem quite right because if Fortune has her head to make things safe and also has the tier to cover it, it's like basically two things that let you make any sort of mix-up you do safe-ish. It's mashable by things that have armor or like, you know, like really generous hitboxes, but you honestly never have to really put yourself in that danger until your opponent stops blocking.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, you can't always play headless is the thing, though. Yeah. And, like, Fortune really likes DP assists and brass. You know what I mean? Like a full screen assist that's not armored is, like, not as good on Fortune, just due to, like, again, like, she covers a really small sphere of influence, she just has really good movement, you know what I'm saying? Like... So that's why I think, because Fortune like really likes DP assists, right? Like you know that as well as I do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Beat Extend specifically, like it really thrives on it.
Pillars I mean, alright, but really like Bomber, right? Too, like Bomber just like completely can like make Fortune so unfollowable, also, and then like what you want besides that is an ability to get a mix-up off and like tier, and so like Brass either does it by letting you get in, right? And you get one low IAD mix-up, or you get a pressure assist where you get two, but you don't get it from full screen, right? And like tier kind of gives you neither of those, because again they don't have to respect the tier, because Miss Fortune's mix-ups, not her resets, but her actual like out of neutral mix-ups aren't really reversal safe, which again is like what the tier's supposed to go against. But any forward moving reversal will really just deal with it.
Yeah, I kind of see what you're saying.
Well, again, I don't think it's like terrible. I just think like Pillar is typically better, and it's like it's a lot of work. Like you said, like you have to work to get into a good headless position, and then like tier kind of comes online. But then again, I'm asking like, why are you not playing Copter Hairball, right? Because like you've already won then, so like you clearly like didn't need the neutral ability of tier assist.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
This is like my instinct always tells me it's just like I guess just after years of like watching tier assist do so much more than or shot assist do so much more than Pillar. Like it just feels so weird to like say it's like because of forward moving reversals, Fortune really actually wants the reversal assist. Because I feel like even the benefit that you get out of the reversal assist is that it just has a little bit more blocks done, so it buys you a little bit more time to apply safer pressure.
The benefit you get out of reversal assist also is that like people just don't fucking stop pressing buttons in this game, right? So like it'll win you neutral a lot.
Yeah, but like say I'm trying to imagine like Cerebella mashing. I mean SSJ just beats it anyway, but like I'm imagining like Cerebella mashing out Diamond Dynamo, and it's still.
Yeah, it's not so black and white, but like it's one of these like it's not like a wholly better. Like I don't think it just like out categorizes it, but I think again in like the majority of practical use cases, I prefer Pillar over Shot for Miss Fortune.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense?
It does make sense what you're saying. Like on paper, everything you're saying checks out. It's just like in practice, I'm just like I never really see the results match what you're saying, but like at the same time, I'm also neither a Parasol nor a Fortune player.
Yeah,
So...
I mean, me neither. I was a Fortune player for a little bit, right? Like,
Yeah.
I was that optimal head-on Fortune only. DHC into Cerebella as quickly as possible player, but, like... I don't know. Yeah, like... Again, because I feel like that's always, like... That's, like... Oh, that's, like, one of those barriers, right? Is, like, realizing that shot is typically better than pillar is one of those, like... third eye opening, like, Skullgirls, like, fucking barriers, right? But
Right, yeah.
which this kind of flies in the face of, but I don't know.
It's just interesting. It's like going backwards. Like, you kind of put it in an interesting way where it's like the eye-opening moment on Skullgirls where it's like, there are like 3 or 4 of those where it's like, oh, hey, dealing with armor is not so bad. And then like as you move forward, it's like, oh, hey, reversals are really good. And it's just like, oh, hey, reversals are really bad. And then with Fortune, you just go backwards again. It's like, wait a minute, no, reversals are really good.
Yeah, it's like not getting like blown up by like big band resets is probably like the first one, or big band reversals is like the first one. Is like just not feeling like you're getting 50-50 by the opportunity of every SSJ. It's probably like that first hurdle that like every Skullgirls player overcomes. Because otherwise it's like, well, what the fuck, man? They can just like beat extend me every time I touch them. Like that and Smash Cerebella 360s also is like one of the other big ones.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You don't see as much of those anymore too, because I think people just like are taught not to do them, but they don't really necessarily know why.
Yeah, it has like the Guilty Gear effect where it's like a lot of players will tell you not to do something, you have no idea why. And
yeah,
like don't use hair card, like why? And then, or alternatively, I think it was in Rev 2. Coom is not supposed to use his projectile against Milia, and you find out it's because it's super vulnerable to hair card, but Milia never uses hair card because she's always been taught not to use hair card. So
yeah, bolstering hair card is like a terrible idea.
Yeah, but it beats Coom's like projectiles, so you're like, as Coom, you're told never to use projectiles, and as Milia, you're told never to use hair card, so you never really connect the dots on why.
Yeah, it's those things, right? It's like that you are kind of just like folk knowledge at this point. And like because of that, and like it makes it good, right? Like it would take like maybe a couple of days of playing, right, to like see that borne out, right? If you have a Cerebella to practice against, it's like, oh, this is why you don't mash. Like this is why people complain about it, and then this is why it's not actually that big of a problem. But it like it's just interesting that, right, like you can just skip that step based off of just like building on what people before you have done, you know? I think it's like a lot of double play too, right? Like a lot of double shit is just like people can really build off of like just being able to like see what other people are doing in terms of pressure and resets too.
Yeah.
The double is one of the characters that can be played a little bit more formulaically.
Speaking of double, let's double down and get our second match on stream. Gonna go ahead and get Pet Shop versus Harvest. They are up next. I'm gonna be right back. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Oh man, I also had to pee. Fuck. Alright. Yeah, let's get Harvest and Pet Shop in here. Don't know who Harvest is. Pet Shop plays a Team Rabble, that is Bayo Painwheel Band, at least to my knowledge. Round 2 doesn't start yet. Round 2 winners, yeah, don't start yet. Again, if you're in losers, just play. Just play until at least round 4. But yeah, round 2, don't start yet, please. So yeah, Pet Shop versus Harvest. This will be our last first round match. If y'all can ready up, you know, I'll be casting this fucking shit. So y'all can ready up when you're ready. Ooh, that is some bad jitter. Man, dude's not on Wi-Fi? Dude's not on Wi-Fi. It's not what you like to see. But you know, we'll deal with it, I guess. And I do not know who Harvest is. So Pet Shop, it's weird because they like play Bayo Band, but they don't explode anyone. And so I think, what's the point? You know what I mean? Like you gotta play Bayo Band to explode people. I think he doesn't even play A-Train, right? So it's always awkward. Excuse me while I eat some motherfucking rice crackers. Oh, Painwheel Point. That's interesting. And man, this is a weird ass team from Harvest. And round start L Viewer. That's very wishful. Oh, it is A-Train. Okay. My girlfriend bothering me about shit. Hold on a sec. Oh my god, made him look. Got him with the slow overhead. Alright, first character down. Haven't even seen what assist Harvest is using because he's just been getting fucking scared. I guess, like, because he's not even yeah, he's not even pressing. Oh, it looks like Harvest might be something of a beginner because it seems that they don't know combos. Ooh, and late push block attempt makes him get caught doing a backdash. That's such a weird combo with A-Train. Oh, do we got him? Okay, oh wait, we might have a combo. Oh, no. And, oh, the unreactable Bayo hard tag. That's one thing Mike Z said he would actually change if he ever got to make another patch for this game, which he won't, obviously. But he's like, yeah, that might be a little bit too hard to react to. And not getting taunt up after that A-Train's, I know he didn't have to, but, like, it just kind of shows. Oh, and fucking weird drop there, but it looks like Pet Shop's gonna walk this, and he seems too ready. Again, it's like, Harvest seems to not know, what's going on. He's kind of just getting caught looking for a lot of this shit. Damn. Oh, damn, it's snowing in parts of the country. I keep on forgetting about that shit. But yeah, what's it called? What are y'all doing for Thanksgiving? Hope you're doing something that's both fun and medically and socially responsible. You know what I'm saying? We are living in a pandemic after all. Oh yeah, that's M viewer. I guess that's why it's hoping that they just do one of the few things that'll get caught by that and then get hit, but hell, you could even just jump because HA train will catch you there. Yeah, it's like I haven't seen my mom in like a fucking year, but it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna fucking try and get coronavirus, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit's just not a good look. Damn. Also, I think we can assume by the amount of time that's taken that Crank is in fact taking a dookie. Oh, American Reset. Oh, double American Reset. And we're mashing L Shadow? Alright, not punishing completely whiffed Fireball on the point, but that's okay. D-pieces, cover. Oh, yeah. Not really good flight control. He's gone for that cross-up a couple times and whiffed it. And we're just dropping shit, but again, Harvest seems not to be the most experienced player. So this will be good enough, I think, to win another game, or I guess 1.5 more games, because this one's over.
And I am back.
How was your shit?
It was beautiful.
Now you gotta tag out, man. I gotta drain the sea monster.
All right, I got you. With that, seamlessly, Pet Shop has taken game number 2. He is up 2-0 against Harvest. I saw a Squiggly in there. I saw a Beowulf, I think. I was saying this scene the dad for Thanksgiving. Tell him I say hi. My family is 5 minutes away and I'm not seeing them for Thanksgiving. And I love them. I think my dad used to go to work on Thanksgiving. Like I don't think we ever actually like celebrated Thanksgiving. I think last year we tried to do a dinner thing, but like not really. Thanksgiving's already over. Okay, raw tags out to avoid the overhead mix-up. Understandable. I mean, like, it's not the greatest idea, especially with Squigglies, like, Tombstone being so far away. You could have tried raw tagging into, like a Fuqua thing, just because Fuqua comes down in a convenient space where it might reversal. But, like, I guess I can also see the option that Squiggly comes in really, really far away. That means that it's kind of harder to punish her. So, you know, kind of going from there, especially if Pain will overcommit to the Hatred Guard. Either way. Raw tagging was not the greatest option there, but
yeah, I think Harvest is something of a beginner.
Sure.
As you can see by his lack of combos. So.
I'm practicing the combo breaker mindset where someone screws up, I gotta pretend they're a genius.
Is that what you were told to do at Combo Breaker commentary?
No, it's my own philosophy. It's like if you're doing professional commentary, you can't say that they made a mistake. You instead explain the reasoning behind what they did, or the reasoning that they might have done what they did. So if they say...
And just say things are mistakes?
You can. It's not as professional. In general, you don't want to like shit on the players. Your idea is to showcase the players. That's my own philosophy when it comes to commentary.
I mean, you don't gotta shit on people like I do, but you can say things are mistakes. Like, I think like fucking most commentators would just be like, yeah, that's not what you want to do there.
Like occasionally, like I will definitely say it's like that could not have been on purpose. Like if it was like a crazy misinput or something like that. But it's like usually only like during hype moments where it's like, oh my god, I can't believe you dropped that combo in such an important, crucial moment or whatever. Like I'm not gonna be able to defend a dropped combo. Like, I can try and say, it's like, oh, yeah, he was looking for a mix-up there, but, like, there's usually very obvious points where it's like, no, he went for a mid afterwards. Like, that's no reset. That's a drop right there.
Yeah, I think there's the one where, what is it, I think it's that Evo pool set for Melee where it's, like, a Marth Ditto between two beginners, and, like, you can hear the commentators, like, losing their mind, because it's, like, they just can't get a kill, and the game's, like, lasting forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like one of the most infamous sets in Melee history.
It's kind of funny. I like that exists. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, Chris Best versus Net 1 2 3 4. Yeah, it's a 14-minute pool set.
Yeah, in general, though, I feel like it makes for rich commentary when you see a bad player and you like try to reason out what they're doing. Because if anything, the players who have no idea what's going on, they're gonna look at that and be like, "Oh, okay, there are reasons I might do X, Y, Z." And players who do know what's going on be like, "Oh, this guy's clearly bullshitting to cover this guy." And then the players themselves, if they go back and watch it, they can be like, "Oh, I was definitely not thinking that. I think that was definitely a mistake," and they know that, right? So, from my perspective, it's only a benefit because it doesn't hurt anybody.
Yeah, I think I think you see like a lot of that like oh, like I can't be critical like commentary that I fucking hate. Like I think it was like late in the day, like Marvel 3, where you saw a lot of that I was like not a huge fan of it.
Yeah. I think you can be critical, but I think like how does it work? Like there's a right and wrong way to say everything, you know? Like I say that a lot. Sure. Yeah. So I feel like that I try to say things as right as possible, where it's like this is why they might have done this, this, and this, but it clearly didn't work out. Like that's not what you should be doing in that situation. Like that's kind of what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Either way, what we should be talking about right now is figuring out who is in round 2 on stream. Let's get Doc versus Tyrone. So block 9 first, followed by... I kind of want to see how Graham versus Gr8 goes. That should be interesting.
Yeah. Graham's trying to still make the Peacock work, right?
They switch off every now and then. Like sometimes I see the Peacock there, and sometimes I don't.
Because the thing they're saying, like, they're not feeling their robo as much anymore, because...
Yeah.
So we'll see. Again, like, I think it's just weird, like, I don't think double mid teams are the wave anymore, you know what I'm saying?
Sorry, I missed that. What were you saying?
I don't think double mid teams are the wave anymore.
What? Weren't there only a couple of teams that really worked with double mid?
Yeah, but like it was a really cut and paste like team that people would play around, right? Because heads, and back when Monster was safe too.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's true. Like back when, yeah. So when Monster was safe, that was a nice option. Then on top of that, like you had cat heads, which was not as popular at the time, but like it was still really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it's true. That was definitely a phase. That was completely blocked out of my mind. Because I'm just like, before, double was anchor. Now, double is anchor or just not played.
Dude, as sad as it is, I mean, you've actually been playing for a while, but like, I'm technically one of the older heads for SG now. Like, as weird as that is, because I consider myself still like pretty fucking new.
Welcome home, Grandpa.
Yeah, it's like, because I started playing at the end of second Encore, right? Like, but that's a long time ago now. Yeah, like people like Graham are like really like the young bloods, as it were.
Yeah, like, I mean, you see that pretty much like around twice a year. It's like usually in like January and then a little bit in the summer. It's like just a wave of new players coming, and 1 or 2 always stick around. It's always cool to see. In this case, like Graham is a new part of the newer generation. It's kind of cool. Yo, Kodunsa, I see you're telling me something along the lines of resetting a block, or resetting something in challenge. I don't know what you want me to reset. Okay. So it's Dunce versus Mono needs a reset. Got it.
Yeah. This is
Okay.
the thing. I thought did I say this before? But I was surprised that you had this much faith in Doc to do well because like I thought that Tyrone and Graham and KJ were all better than him like as a player.
I don't know. Like, whenever I see Doc play, I feel like he's so.
He just did Airwolf on Incoming, man.
Now you know my stunned silence. It's yeah, I don't know. Alright, whatever. Objectively, yes, I will always say KJ and Tyrone are like better players in this tournament for sure. KJ especially is like a really really well known player for like when he does well, he does really well, and it's really cool to watch. It's just every now and then I'll see a set with Doc, and it's just like, hey, that's like exactly how he plays pretty much all the time. Not in like a bad way. It's like he has some level of consistency. He's not perfect. He's got gaps to fill, but he's got some level of consistency. And so whenever he's fighting someone on their off day, he definitely does them in a little bit. I remember last Grand Finals, I think it was Graham versus Doc, and actually, hold on, let me finish this message before I continue that statement.
Alright. Oh yeah, that's a risky Fugazi knuckle there. I don't understand why you would just kind of play lamer, just to chip out. But
Alright, so Tyrone took game number 1 pretty convincingly, but like I mean Doc tried to run it back. But what I was saying is like last week in Grand Finals it was Doc versus Graham, and it was interesting because like Graham was playing out of his mind. He was playing really really well, and Doc was playing the way he usually does, and he had multiple opportunities to actually just take the tournament. Like he definitely could have, but it almost felt like it was on purpose. He started to play a little bit differently. I don't want to call it on purpose because it obviously didn't win in the game. But like he started playing a little bit differently that ultimately cost him the tournament, and Graham ended up taking it. So like I feel like there's some level of awareness that Doc has that lets him be super super consistent. I wish I wasn't talking in such vague terms because I can't really quite articulate what I'm seeing in Doc. Right now all I'm seeing is his health bar go down.
yeah, I'm just seeing him get bodied by like super jump, double jump Valentine.
Unfortunate.
Is this enough?
With the DHC, yeah. Oh, actually, this is 3v2. Oh, no, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter. Okay.
yeah, that was close, dude. That only had one hit of the super left.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Tyrone's damage calculations are better than ours.
Why is Doc playing a duo?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's probably better than his trio, but I mean, he's just still getting the shit kicked out of him.
I don't know. Let's see. So
Yeah.
okay, yeah, never mind.
Oh, that could
So,
have
what do
been
you-
it, actually.
Yeah, he did have 3 meter to work with, and he did call in that double. It could have been big, but I mean, it still would have put him in a situation where he has a solo ban, 1 hit away from dead, and has to play neutral against a Robo, which is not healthy. Adichi's going to seal the deal. He's going to take game number 2. This time very convincingly, not really giving Doc a chance to run it back. I mean, he did show a chance to Doc, but Doc wasn't really able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, it's not even like this pressure is super tight, and like he's playing the 2 mashiest characters in the game. Arguably, I don't know if you say Bella's more mashy than Ban, but like, yeah, it's like it's weird that he's not just like at least trying to get out of it a little bit more than that, right? He's just holding a lot of the pressure that he doesn't necessarily need to, and not that like you should just mash every time that like you have a gap, but it's like he's shown that he can't really deal with it, and yeah, and then he just does shit like this. Although, again, that's kind of a weird response to just take a super's worth of damage and your only bar, but I don't think Tyrone has much to be concerned about in this player versus player matchup. Or didn't get the right grab ender to convert there. Doesn't get any hype either, so...
He got the overhead on the other side. He should be able to...
Okay, now
this
there's
a meter. Yeah.
But that took an extra reset. And now this is actually a pretty good spot, right? You got Robo on defense 1 meter, so she can do the cat heads DHC. Not that she has a lot of chances against the Bayo to mash out to begin with.
But a smart push block from Tyrone, honestly, really just kind of turned that around. That's all he really needed to do. Like once he blocked one thing, like a very sharp push block was just kind of enough to throw off Doc. Oh dang, okay. He jumped over and pressed the button. I didn't think Fortune would do that.
Yeah, that mash was actually huge. Oh, and he gets fucking opened up off the okie doke. Okay.
Oh my god. Alright, he got the jumping hard punch.
Okay.
So now this is looking pretty good.
Yeah, this is super in Doc's favor. Not that it's not doable for Tyrone, but This is really hard. Like, he's gonna get this Bayo at mid on Dizzy with a full health big band, bad ratio for him. You know, he's like one match away from losing. But Doc's letting himself kind of be walked into the corner where you kind of need to take initiative. There's 50 seconds left on the board. You're not gonna lame this out against a double.
Yeah, true that. On top of that, it's like Band obviously wants to cover more space, like he wants to be able to control the space that he has. So like he wants to be approaching his opponent. So if he's just letting himself get backed up by double, it's not working out in his favor.
Yeah, because then it's just gonna be double like jump fierce, crouch fierce, gun, and like you can't do shit about it. And see now he's been walking to the corner again, getting mixed. Oh, but
yeah, SSJ out of cat heads is always it's a coin flip, honestly. Bad luck, I would call it.
That was bad pressure on Tyrone's part, to be honest, because you have the heads, right? So you don't have to press a button at the PVGC window. You can see when they're push blocking.
It's like if Doc keeps playing like that, right? Like if he gets his momentum with Beowulf, I can see him like at least turning it into 2-2. I don't know where it would go from there. But if Tyrone keeps playing like he did in the first game, then like it might actually end up hurting him because Doc like kind of woke up a little bit and started mashing. And I mean, like you gotta at least give your opponent a statement, right? It's like you can't just only do unsafe pressure against me. I'm gonna mash out eventually. And Doc
doesn't look like Tyrone has safe pressure is the thing, right? So like he's the ability to mash turns into a 50-50 even on defense, which is when I think Skullgirls can be at its most frustrating a lot of the time, honestly. Because that can mentally guard break you too, right? It's like, dude, what the fuck? I'm hitting him and I'm getting 50-50'd on whether or not he mashes, right? That's like,
yeah, it's always really funny.
That's the kind of shit that makes like you hate the game for real, for real.
It's honestly why I feel like, for at least a phase, I think we were talking about this earlier, where it's like, for at least a phase, like, it went towards, like, an OP mindset, where it's like, not only did Mike Z say, it's like, oh, this is what everyone's gonna do, but it also was just like, you don't have to deal with that frustrating part of the game. This game was getting under people's skin always.
Do safe jumps, too, because people are figuring out better safe jump setups, especially against big band. Yeah, no, that was the best way to get people to stop mashing, too, because it's like, if you mash, you will burst and explode.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's when we first started that's when all those crazy-ass Philia heavy counter hit combos started coming out, too. Remember those? Oh my god, like, when I first saw those, like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Like, I don't remember them, like, move per move, but I do remember being awed by it.
I just remember there being a lot of them that did, like, very similar damage, but I think, like, Cloud, Shade, and Sonic Box all had, like, pretty different routes.
Yeah. One of the few times I feel like all three of those players were just, like, really trying to push a character's limits. Kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, not to mention Wing Zero, right?
Oh, of course.
And Duck was still, like, relatively active back then, too. But Duck was always kind of more typified by his better neutral game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Duck was really more known for his consistency than creativity, really. Like, he was a super clean player when he got a hit. And so he just kind of worked on his neutral all the time.
Like, crazy optimal combos either, right? It was just like, yo, that Gregor conversion was, like, forbidden as hell. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
But Doc again in kind of not the best situation here.
Yeah, I mean, he was able to... So he got enough touches to, like, really chop down on Tyrone's team for a little while. But then he lost his Beowulf, and at that point, like, now it's back to playing Band. And, like, it's worked out for him a little bit. Like, he's able to usually get a character and a half. But, like, now he's kind of, in a sense, hitting that quota. Where it's like, he's going to have to change it and play a little bit differently if he wants to close this out. It's going to be tough.
Yeah. I'm just really surprised. Tyrone had 3 meter and got grounded reset as double there, too. It's like, you should just always be mashing, right? Big Ben can't bait a mash from double, especially if you have cat heads to back up a bomber attempt.
They went for a reset and then went into cat heads Oki instead of just going for a combo and then using both meter to DHC. You could have killed Doc a lot more efficiently, but it worked out. You know what?
Yeah.
You're right.
Oh man, you have to tell me why he might have been doing that, right? That wasn't
yeah. Making a statement, you know, for when Doc runs it back to the losers.
It's hard to punish a lot of the time, Graham. It's unsafe, but like people aren't really good at it. Especially if you're not push blocking like at the exact right time. And also you might be thinking of bomber monster also. But that's more mine. You're still able to punish bomber cat heads, I'm pretty sure, but it's more difficult. And again, I'm talking about mashing out a reset too, so it's like, what is he really gonna do to bait it, right? He'd have to hard commit to a block, which is not what you want to do as a big band that's behind and touching the opponent. it's like a super good way to break momentum is to just do it anyway.
Speaking of super good, it would also be super good if Graham and Dry Eyes, or Dry Trap, entered this lobby ASAP. Keep the show on the road. Looks like everyone else is playing their matches. Make sure Turk Toss versus... Turk Toss versus Selfish King is playing off stream. You have your opponent in loser's side. Make sure you're playing your sets. Also, make sure Pet Shop versus KJ, you guys are playing off stream.
Dude, I'm really excited to see what these question marks turn into in actual symbols once we get into game.
I didn't even realize it did that. They don't stay question marks?
No, if they're like a Japanese character or like a shape or something.
Huh.
Or like a Cyrillic character even. Like the C in Facade was like a Cyrillic character.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're just question marks. Never mind. All right, so I'm already getting mixed. So.
Real set play.
Yeah, I got heavy counter hit, man. Like. All right, so Dry Trap seems to be only committing to if I can't sweep through this pressure, I'm not getting through it. If I can't just raw armor through this pressure, I'm not getting through it. But
hey, it worked.
Do it. Yeah.
With sheer willpower, anything is acceptable.
Oh my god, Trio Buku, I didn't even realize. Oh, gross. Disgusting.
Okay.
Right, just get raw blast again, nerd.
Half screen Embrace is actually really effective with closing space on Peacocks.
It can be.
Yeah, like using H-Brass is like a little. That's the real gamble. That's when you're going in on a read. That's when you're being risky. But half screen Embrace is usually pretty reliable.
The thing is, like, you have to do it at the right time because, like, it needs to be at the right time in the block cycle, and they have to have the right amount of like garbage on the screen because illusion method of armor can matter.
Exactly.
Oh, that was a terrible combo. What the fuck was that?
Oh boy.
Alright. Oh, Graham going for some optimal shit. Oh, but drops it. Optimal isn't worth it if you don't hit it every time.
How much more damage is it than the heavy optimal?
I don't know, because I've actually never done that combo, but I'd assume it's at least like 200 to 300 more.
You got a DHC, yep.
I think it would have actually made a difference in the amount of meter expended if he actually hit that combo all the way, to be fair, overdoing a normal air grab combo.
Yeah. Had like, what, probably another medium and a heavy in there?
He had like 3 strings more because he was going to do loops.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
What?
Oh my god, that hit. Okay. Cross up non-auto-corrected jump medium punch. Alright, or medium kick.
I hate Eliza so much. Why the fuck?
Alright. It's actually gonna be really loose. Oh, but he doesn't react.
Oh, okay, it doesn't get the conversion afterwards.
That wasn't fully in the corner, so you could have actually seen that. But, okay.
Teacup reversal. As you do.
Good to grab, too, because honestly, like, everyone always freaks out about how to hit the teacup, so just good to just grab, honestly. Like, I fucks with it. It's more guaranteed. Oh, but Graham actually gonna kill the character and cone to the life lead here, I think.
Oh yeah, and he's got plenty of meter to spare too.
At least a huge momentum lead.
He's got his inputs.
He could even set
okay. I was gonna say like
set him off again.
Yeah. He was gonna use a meter to kill, then at that point it's like the level 5 set play is out of the question. Like it's better just use meter to kill than like set a monster incoming. Then what he's got is gonna not go into level 3.
No super input. Oh, level 3 won't kill here. Oh my god. Graham
drop
with
of the
drop
century.
Combos. Drop combos, drop dreams, man. Yeah. Yeah, the super input after H Bomber is weird. Like, it's not actually, like, tight, but it's weirdly tighter than, like, every other, like, Ender super cancel window in the game for some reason.
The game has,
like, you know what I mean?
All the buffers in the world. I don't know. If you just press it, like, I don't know.
It's not tight by any sort of, like, realistic, like, objective standard. It's just, it's tighter relative to, like, the rest of the cast.
Huh.
Like, yeah, I know from experience that that's the case, but, like, you hate to see it happen in a tournament winning, or in a tournament game where it's the winning combo.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense. It's just, like as DHCing out of SPO is by no means, like, difficult, but there is, like, technically a tighter window than comparing, like, the DHC out of any other thing. So I guess I kind of see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Relate.
Wow, he's not gonna kill. He could have killed Eliza with that combo. I don't understand.
We got 3 heads.
Yeah.
We have some magic.
I wonder if he'll snap. I would snap here. No, he's gonna go for it. And then loses track of where he is in the combo. Yeah. Luckily, he knows Dry Trap can only go for raw brass, so he can just beam to his heart's content. But then didn't punish the block brass attempt properly.
Okay, iframes to get plus special light kick, here plus, but alright.
Yeah, the assist was there, so he still had to block, unfortunately. Oh, I'd back off. No, that's gonna explode. Oh, but this has super armor, so you're fine. Yeah.
So much damage, but it's not.
Yeah, he lost so much Eliza health for no reason there when he could have just let Robo explode and picked up.
Yeah. It's so interesting, like, to make sure that the level 3 explosion does like consistent damage, like each hit has to do more and more damage. So it's just kind of funny, like when you see it all unscaled on hyper armor, it just blows characters up.
There was that time also when Mike Z got a happy birthday level 5 on JMZ's second med assist, like assist, and so it just ate every single level 5 hit unscaled.
The last hit did like half her life.
Yeah, because it was an assist too, so like it was literally like the most damage you could do like in a single move to a character.
That was awesome.
It took forever too.
Yeah.
Because the armor like slowed down
armor.
On the enemy.
Yeah.
Oh man, Dry Trap can win again here by just level 3 here. Alright, I don't think this will kill, but it'll put him in a really good spot to win the game.
Yeah. Good awareness.
Dude, Graham just throwing these games away.
Oh, you could have punished that with Ember or something fine. Oh, the parries!
Shit. Oh,
didn't turn it around! Wow. Crouching leg kick. There you go.
Wow. Oh my god. Also, yeah, if you're gonna chip out on Big Ben, don't go for a random brass in the super. Or Timpani does like a decent amount of chip.
Yeah, for real. You like... Is there like a viable setup with like... this is so stupid, so I shouldn't even ask this question, but like is there like a reasonable situation where you like have them in blocks and then you do like a TK, Timpani, super to like chip them out?
Not really. Because like any situation like that you can technically get mashed on.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
So like if you're gonna do that, you might as well just go for the instant overhead and like try to confirm anyway. You know what I mean?
That checks out.
Like, it's a really marginal difference, but, like, it's slightly safer for, like, almost no downside. Alright, Graham trying to not get completely embarrassed. But, not working out well so far. Because, I mean, he can be doing so well, like, 90% of the game, and then just, like, get Happy Birthday level 3, or drop, like, really important combos multiple... He's dropped really important combos, like, multiple times. I think he's getting a little shook.
I mean, the Happy Birthday thing, I feel like that's... like maybe it's just deja vu, but, like, I recall Graham, like, suffering from Happy Birthdays against his opponents last week, also.
Ooh, I like that reset. It's such a hard read on your opponent. Drops again, too. Again, drop the big band kill. And drops that... Yeah, it's like, Graham's really just looking shaky. And this is the character that he, like... Oh. So,
yeah, it's the character he, like, knows like the back of his hand.
Yeah, this is, like, his best character, and he's dropping combos, like, pretty consistently. But, I mean, he is winning this game quite handily. And this Fuku has done nothing for, like, 3 games so far. So.
I was gonna say, this Fuku's been, like, perpetually on defense, even when she's moving forward.
Yeah. I don't think Fuku has dealt like an actual real hit of damage yet.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, so yeah, Graham's just gonna play safe. Gotta lame it out in these situations. Like, there's no reason to really force anything. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like for him to get hit. Actually needs a reset. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Like... expected a reversal. I mean, I respect the option there. Probably should have called assist though instead of just standing there.
Yeah, I mean, again, you can afford to do those things. You know what I'm saying? Because like nothing's gonna happen because you have 3 characters. But that's one thing I've talked to Graham about before, is that he doesn't have any match-proof resets, really. So, like, he either has the hard... So he gets 50-50 on offense anyway, right? He either has a hard beta reversal or commit to the reset. You know what I'm saying? Like... Because he doesn't have really match-proof resets, unfortunately. So he has to do that kind of stuff. But yeah, in a situation like that, yeah, there's no downside. Right? It's like even if you get like the worst you can get is grabbed as big ban.
Right.
Man, I'm out of beer. I'm so sad.
2-1 now, right? I think Dry. Yeah, so Graham is still on match point.
Again, I think Graham's like a better player. He's just playing worse right now. So if he can just like get back to like kind of normal form, he should walk this like he did the last game. Right? That was a body bag.
Is that an intentional? I don't actually know.
Hard to say.
He seems so ready to grab there. I'm just like, I think he just fast fell on purpose.
Yeah. Alright, well, we got that. Still working on a perfect right now.
That's big.
But we're at a weird undizzy spot, right? So this is like a million resets right now.
But I mean, getting the H-Press, getting the sliding knockdown, just kind of going from there. I think it's a smart idea. Like the Oki.
Yeah.
Now we're at max undizzy, so now this gets weird because now everything's super scaled. But
I'm just super curious why he's not just doing A-Train. A-Train is just more damage in every situation.
Also true, yeah.
Like, if you're gonna go for the hard knockdown, like, you have the frames regardless, and A-Train's just more damage.
I do have to say, I do like Dry Trap's idea to mash there, because he has been, like, really, really patient, especially that last set, where he was just kind of showing that he's not going to try and really mash out of too much. The fact that Dry Trap pressed the button, or didn't press a button there, actually came as a surprise. It just kind of made it seem like Graham just didn't care that his opponent wasn't mashing out of resets.
Yeah. Alright. So yeah, see, like, Graham just kind of waking up, like, he's just playing normally, you know? So, like, he's not even playing, like, good for him, you know? He's just playing at his regular level and winning now. So let's see if Dry Trap can make a difference. I still don't know what the Fuka was doing on this team. I don't understand it. He hasn't used the... Every time it comes in, it just dies. Like...
It might be a match. I will say it might be a matchup thing. I don't actually know.
But he's not using the assist. I'm really confused.
Also true. Yeah, he's not... Yeah. I don't know.
So if it's a matchup thing, then drop it for the matchup and have two healthier characters that do more damage.
Makes sense.
We'll see. Again, like, I think, yeah, it's been on Dry Trap to kind of keep up, and he hasn't been. I honestly, like, we both know he's just been getting kind of lucky.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's definitely... Well, it's half luck, and I'd say half he's got the awareness to take advantage of situations where his opponent's screwing up, right? He's getting lucky in the fact that his opponent's screwing up, but he, like, the combo routes he's doing specifically on when he's hitting both characters, and, like, the timed mashes when he's, like, trying to get both characters at once, those are, like, very conscious decisions. He's not just...
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not doing anything, but yeah, like you said, he's being presented with these situations in the first place that he might not... Like, he necessarily shouldn't be getting these situations.
Yeah.
Also, did Graham switch order on a win?
That's fine. If he,
I mean,
I don't know if he did, but even if he did, that's totally legal.
Yeah, I guess that's fine in tournament play too, right?
Yeah.
Like
for those guys who don't know, in major rules, on win, you're allowed to switch your team order and absolutely nothing else. On loss, you can change whatever the heck you want.
Yeah.
The assists have to stay the same and everything else. Technically, like, on paper, according to rules, skins also have to stay the same, but, like, no one enforces that. No one cares.
Yeah. And stage, technically, too.
Oh, yeah.
But Sonic Fox will switch to Gehenna as much as they damn well please. Oh, Goldberg setup. I like that. I've never actually seen that before.
Okay, we are gonna go all the way. Not the most efficient route, but, I mean...
I think this kills.
That's what I was gonna say. It's not the most efficient route, but the level 3 DHC is gonna be more than enough to kill. So now we're on 4 meter versus 3, but that extra character is gonna matter if that Fuqua does something. It's possible the Fuqua just doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
In which case, now it's even. Okay. Smart not to mash there.
And also just to go on the point of being able to switch order between games, even if you win, it's because even in offline play, even in tournament mode on a Skullgirls game cartridge, that's something you can do even if both players press play again. Either player can change their order.
Yeah, it's an in-game feature to allow you to do that. Like, Mike Z specifically wanted that in the game.
Yeah. It's weird to think too, right? Like, developers, like, a lot of the time determine what becomes tournament rule set.
I mean, that makes sense to me, right? Like if a game is intended to be played in a specific way for like competitive logic, right? Like that's how it should be played.
But like again, I play Melee, so like it doesn't necessarily scan that the developers like default like settings are necessarily the best for competitive play. You know
of course not. Yeah, but like, so Smash is a very interesting example because Nintendo doesn't know shit about how to make competitive play.
Even Tekken, right? Like sometimes they run like more than 3 rounds. You know what I mean?
And
some run 2, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Like casual, like arcades in Tekken 5, I think used to run like 5 rounds per game.
I did not know that. What, really?
I think I was listening.
Or Tekken 5?
I think I was listening to something that the Blast Lobby said. They either said they did that just for a little bit, just for like to give people more bang for their buck, like in the arcades, or like. But yeah, I think one arcade in London at least did that.
That's weird because there's a 5 cabinet in my hometown, and I don't remember doing that at all.
Yeah. But you think about it too, it's like how many seconds like are on the clock too, right? Like
yeah, and how fast those seconds tick down, which should never be up to debate, but I guess it is.
But even think about like I think like there's settings in most fighting games to say how long a round is, right, on the timer too. So like we could change that as a community anytime we wanted.
Yeah, we could bring it. Right? Yeah, in Tekken's case, you can bring it up and down. In most games, you can bring it down from 99 or bump it up to infinite. But like, it ends up being the thing is like that's what I mean though by like developer intended play, right? Where it's like the game is if done well, which is already a big ask, but like if a game is designed well. It is intended to take XYZ amount of time to really hit an endpoint, you know what I mean? And it's not just because of token take a profit, but it's also because of, like, okay, the game lasted a healthy amount of time, they had enough opportunities to kill each other, but they didn't, so now we're hitting a timeout. But we don't want to let it to last too long, because like otherwise they're just waiting for the game to time out, and any character who's like trying to lame it out won't have the opportunity to do so. So like hitting that sweet spot, it's like the design intended time, right?
Yeah, but I mean that's what I'm saying, right? So like, because like this conversation kind of came up in Melee a while too, because like the last 2 years play has gotten a little bit lamer, and the timer in Melee is 8 minutes. Like it's an insane amount of time. So it's like let's say we make the timer shorter, right? Like every like bit we make the timer shorter is an indirect buff to Robo, right?
Right, exactly.
So, like, you always have to think about that, is that, like, you can, like, as a community, we can shape the meta as much as we want to if we wanted to adopt different rule sets, you know? Mm-hmm. I mean, there's, of course, you know, community rule sets of soft banning characters and things like that, too.
It also just takes away from characters that, like when, in the same way it buffs Robo, it also, like, hurts characters that really thrive on the fact that, like, hey, if they can get in, they can really drill you down. Because like
it hurt every second you bring down the timer also hurts Filia. You know,
exactly. That's the exact example I was thinking. Right. So like in the same, it goes both ways. So in the sense like yeah, we could shape that meta, but like at what, like how. I'm trying to think of how I want to word this. So like, when is a community mature enough to really decide that? Yeah. I guess is like a good question.
Yeah, and that's the problem, right? Because like imagine a world where Wing Zero as solo Filia is just like destroying everyone. He's like triple perfecting, you know, every fucking person he comes across, right? No one can deal with him. No team can seemingly deal with him, right? And like, let's say like the other top players are also like there's also Sonic Fox who plays with Filia Trio, right? Mm-hmm. And they're like the second best player, right? At that point, do we say like as a community, hey, like we want to lower the time limit, or is that no, these guys are just so much better than us that like we just have to deal with it, you know, type thing?
I mean, it's not identical, but it's like philosophically the same as the Hungry Box. Like, do we ban Jigglypuff, or is it just Hungry Box undisputably really, really good?
Yeah, or ledge grab limits and lowering the timer and all this stuff. And and you have to make value judgments, like people who are partial to a side, right? Like necessarily because you're part of the community, have to make value judgments about player skill versus character strength.
Mm-hmm. It's tough.
Which is like completely ineffable, right? But it's like, theoretically, that's a conversation every community could have in a fighting game that allows you to at least, like, you know, negotiate the timer.
Before we continue that thought, let's go ahead and get Tyrone versus Mao into the lobby. They are up next. Want to see how that goes? Followed by Graham versus KJ, so stay on deck.
Likely grand finals also, in my opinion.
Yeah. Off stream, Pet Shop versus Gr8, Dry Trap versus Your Local Dance, and Turk Toss versus Doc. All of you guys should be playing right now. Your opponents are available. Make sure your sets are ongoing. Like, pause the stream and play your matches, please. But yeah, so it's and that debate has it's so interconnected with all these other issues that we have. Like, you know how it was a trend, and it was a very obvious trend that every character Sonic Fox played got nerfed, right? Like that was their characters were the ones getting nerfed. Clearly, somebody on the balance team was looking at their performance, and that's interesting and dangerous. At the same time,
Philly get nerfed?
Huh?
Did Philly get nerfed in Second Encore Plus?
That's not what I was talking about. I was talking about Mortal Kombat.
Oh. Are we going to talk about the Perfect Legend conspiracy theory?
I mean, it's not like I don't even view it as a conspiracy theory. It's just like Sonic Fox was able to break a character, was able to get results with them, and while it showed off developer oversight, it was usually a character that was considered like relatively underwhelming in the hands of the masses. But that's the character that would get hurt the most for the health of the tournaments that Sonic Fox was participating in. That should happen.
I mean, but like also any actively balanced game, right? Like is going to be balanced around the best players of any character, right? Like, and so like you can say like Sonic Fox designed Joker in the same way that like Faker designed Riven, I guess. Like
like that's true.
Like it's like I think every other character that nerfed too is probably as a result of some other top player showing.
It's also just like that's an interesting comparison you made though, because like in League of Legends, the thing is like the curve of how good you are with a character is logarithmic. Like it's always increasing. Like a good player will always do better than a worse player. But like
League of Legends is also a bad example because League of Legends balance decisions have changed a lot in philosophy since like early seasons.
True. Yeah, that's also like an interesting point. Yeah, like in fighting games, like when you're good with a character and you're like the best player with that character, you're usually miles ahead of everybody else because it compounds on itself very, very hard. That's not so much true for like
plays that character.
Or yeah, like the same idea.
Yeah, but yeah, like in a theoretical like Marvel 3 patch, right? Like Zero and Morgan are getting nerfed, right? Like and are we gonna say like Cloud 805 and Jabril like designed Zero? It's like no. Are we gonna say Chris G and Ryan LV designed Morgan? It's like no, they were just the best Morgan players who like revealed this tactic.
Exactly. And you think about like StarCraft, like that shit pervades into StarCraft as well. Not so much not as much honestly, which is really, really impressive considering how dominant players like Flash, Bisu, and Jaedong really, really were. So like to have players that dominant, and like really show off everything that their race could do and just never really lose. It was really interesting that the balance decisions that were made around it weren't really based off those players, but really just kind of based off of how people are playing and using their races at different levels of play, which is probably the healthiest way to do it. That doesn't change the fact that, like, hey, when Dark was dominating with Zerg, it became abundantly obvious that Zerg needed changes. When Maru was dominating with Terran, they fundamentally changed how bio worked for Terran, and it, like, kind of fucked shit up. So, like, did we really nerf the players instead of the race? Probably not in StarCraft's case, but in a lot of fighting games cases, like it's not necessarily the same story.
Oh yeah, I've never recovered from those Fuku nerfs, man. Like I'm serious though, right? Like
it's funny because the timeline does line up, like whether you're joking or not. Where
because that was when I first started getting like comfortable at the game, and then it just like completely changed the one character I could like play.
I promise you, like, if you asked the night before, Mikesy would have said, it's like, oh, Fuku is fine, or DP assists are fine, like, they can be punished and whatnot. And then you show up and win, and everything changes.
Yeah, I never recovered. Seriously, like, I never, like, got better, really. Like,
that's not like, you were definitely still getting better, but, like, I don't want to say your motivation went away, but, like, the curve was definitely flattening.
Yeah. Unlike the coronavirus. Topical! Yeah. Oh yeah, while we were gone, we were talking about socially responsible Thanksgivings.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, me in the chat.
Yeah. My SO overheard someone at their office say, like, they got the text on their cell phone saying, or like they, what's it called? The cell phone company universal alert. Saying it's like, hey, there's a lockdown starting up soon. Make sure you have a virtual Thanksgiving. Do not go visit other family and things like that. And they just overheard the random other employee shout like, fuck that, no one's gonna do that. And the sad thing is they're right. Because if you think about it, Like, that's what we wanted for Halloween, too. And if you think of the next wave of corona cases that really spiked up in every single state, just happened to line up with right after Halloween, you know? Like,
yeah, like right after Labor Day, like...
Yeah.
Like around here, like in California, right, Southern California, you can just like literally track it with like beach attendance.
Thanksgiving's gonna do the same thing. Doc's saying no, you're gonna get the YouTube archive demonetized. It's already demonetized. YouTube doesn't pay me. I don't have enough subscribers.
Yeah, is your YouTube channel monetized? Like...
Unfortunately, like, YouTube has just taken more and more turns towards like newer creators don't get anywhere, and
dude, they can put ads on it without you being monetized.
Yeah.
So soon as I mean that's their push towards they're gonna be ads on all videos and no one gets paid.
I'm also upset they mostly fixed the bug with the Chromecast. So Chromecast, there used to be a bug that you could exploit where you just never saw ads ever. And it wasn't like an ad block, it's just like the ads just didn't work on them, so you just didn't get them, and it was hilarious. But they very recently, around the same time where they just started putting ads on other people's videos for, like, you know, non-monetized videos, they also happened to fix that bug. Now I see ads on my Chromecast and I'm sad.
Man, that's the
Fucking jumping medium punch. I'm like finally looking back at the game, and jumping medium punch is such a dumb move.
It's so good in this matchup too. It's like it's such a huge part of this matchup.
Yeah. Considering how fast Valentine is, she really does like have to really put herself out there to approach. And then just jumping medium punch just feeds on that.
Ad blocking YouTube API in mobile. I didn't even know that's possible. Dude, I want to not see YouTube ads on my phone. How do I do that shit?
You view it on you can watch YouTube on Firefox browser instead. That's an easy way.
Oh, word?
I think that works. Yeah.
YouTube Advanced, yeah, I got...
Oh, YouTube Red is the easier way, but that costs money. Fuck that noise.
Yeah, it's fucking... Look at this fucking little kid paying money. He doesn't know about the golden age of the internet where we lime-wired everything we ever needed.
The only thing I'm spending money on is more PS5.
Yes, it was porn or a clip of Bill Clinton, but you know what?
You know, like 1 out of 20 times we have finally found the movie we wanted to watch. We could finally see like Fantastic Four or some shit.
Or download the Dragon Force album, you know? Or no, and more realistically, like download Chop Suey by System of a Down.
Yeah. It is kind of cool though, in a sense that the piracy age is dying down significantly, and it kind of goes back to what's his face, Gabe
Newell, yeah.
Yeah, Gabe Newell's philosophy, where it's just like, no, people don't want to pirate because they want to steal. They pirate because the services suck, and you don't give them a reason not to.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
and it shows. But
now they're tipping back the other way of like shit just being more trouble than it's worth.
Yeah. Doc dropping gold right there. If Netflix copyright that Bill Clinton clip, just sprinkle it in every now and then.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, remember on LimeWire, that was like every other thing you tried to download was that clip
some political shit or porn. Like it was always just some sort of fuck up.
Well, it was always the clip of Bill Clinton saying, "I did not have sexual intercourse with that woman."
I only got that like twice though. Like I didn't know that was like the most. Yeah.
Dude, that was on so much shit. Yeah, and then the rest of it was porn, and then sometimes I could download like the Dream Theater songs I wanted.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, Graham doesn't even know what that Bill Clinton clip is.
That's a famous like presidential quote-unquote blunder clip. Like if you look up just like famous presidential or funny presidential moments or whatever, it's like in every single top 10 or some shit.
Yeah. To be fair, Bill Clinton's like last year in office was like the first year of my birth, but
yeah. I mean, I definitely didn't know it from when he was in office. I definitely found out afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, Dream Theater for teenagers who play guitar and no one else. Seriously, I don't think anyone who listens to Dream Theater doesn't play instruments themselves. Like I don't think they have any appeal to like non-musicians.
Probably why I don't listen to Dream Theater.
Yeah, it's literally just like really technical like music, and it's way too long. It's like so indulgent, and it doesn't sound that good. But it's like some of the most technical music you can listen to.
Mm-hmm. It's cool.
Yeah.
I might check it out just for information purposes.
I don't think you'll really like. Do you like prog metal?
I like a little bit of everything. It just depends on the song.
Yeah.
And people who don't believe me, like they listen to my playlist and they're like, "Holy shit, you literally listen to a little bit of everything."
I think their most like listenable song is probably Panic Attack, which was in I think the first Rock Band.
Hmm.
I think that's still like an 8-minute song. That's off their album Octavarium, which has I think a 24 and a 12-minute song.
We still got Tyrone versus Mao. I think Tyrone's up 2. Is it 2-2? Wait, what the fuck is it? Is it actually 2-2? God damn, Mao's
really,
pulling in the punches.
Really one of their better ones too. Under a Glass Moon, I really like. It is 2-2.
God damn.
Yeah.
Well, the band's
it's
still
nice
really
too.
good.
We got 5 different characters, 2 different team sizes, right? Like, theoretically, this is what you'd like Skullgirls to be.
I mean, it would be kind of cool if there were a couple of solos thrown in there, but like, on paper, they should never be a solo. Yeah.
Yeah. Solos are cancer.
I think solo versus trio is still an interesting matchup. Solo versus trio, I think, is an interesting matchup. I think solo versus duo is pretty lame, but solo versus trio, like I think, yeah, actually, you know what? Solo versus duo and solo versus solo are probably the worst 2 like ratios in the game. I think they're really lame.
Solo versus, I mean, trio versus solo is just stress management. It's not
it is,
like a game.
Which is why it's funny. Like, it's actually entertaining to watch. God damn.
Alright, yeah, Mao's done now. He just fell for the day 1. It's over.
The day 1, but that first day was like, what, 6 years ago? If you throw that in on Quick Match now, people aren't gonna run to that shit.
There's no reason to press buttons there, what?
Yeah, seriously though.
It's bypass, you can see it happening. It's not like,
well,
oh, this
that's
is
not,
like
okay.
really quick burst bait.
I take it back. There is a reason to press buttons there, and it's alpha counter.
Oh, I guess.
That is actually the correct response most of the time, depending on the team.
Well, Mao did not alpha counter there.
Unfortunate.
So. At the very least, it's an execution mistake.
So this is one of those moments, right, where a combo breaker, when I'm on commentary, this is one of those moments where I'd be like, well, I think it went for the alpha counter there, but unfortunately dropped the input. Like, that's what I would say. No?
Also, that parry was almost lit.
Yeah.
For top 3 pays out, Doc.
Alright, we're going to move on to the second block of round 3 on the winner's side. We're going to go ahead and get Graham versus KJ on stream. This is your grand finals. You wanted to see this?
Yeah, this will probably be a grand finals set, so this will probably set the tone. This is probably the best Skullgirls you're going to see all night. So, honestly, right? Like, is there going to be higher level Skullgirls in this plane?
I think KJ versus Tyrone would be a little bit better.
And then Graham
says he gets not to shit on Graham, man. I love you, man.
Yeah.
But like,
I mean, Graham says he gets clapped in this matchup, too, so I assume that this is going to just be a walk for KJ.
Yeah. I definitely don't want... I'm not trying to shit on Graham when I say this, but like, I feel
Graham,
like...
you have a mental block versus KJ, or he's better than you? Like, there's a difference.
There is?
There's a huge difference. What are you talking about? Of course there is.
The fuck is a mental block? Like, mental block, I feel like is an excuse that you can't figure out how to beat him, which means that they're better than you, right?
Mental block means that as a player, like, you can't figure them out. It's not that, like, right, like, you don't have a mental block against me, right? I'm a better player than you are.
Right.
Like, you don't have, like, it's not a tendency thing. Like, mental blocks are about, like, player tendency and shit like that. Like, then, under your logic, everyone in this chat has a mental block against Sonic Fox.
I swear, okay, so alright, let me take back what I said, because then you're totally right. But I feel like every mental block is you being worse than your opponent. But not every time you're worse than your opponent doesn't mean
that's not true, because mental block in the FGC usually means that it's someone that you're typically like considered better than, but you can't beat.
If you can't beat them, then I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too black and white, but like from my mindset, it's like if you can't beat them, that means you got some science to do, buddy. They're better than you right now.
But, like, think about Kane Blue River, right? He would actually he wasn't super he's an EVO champion obviously, but like for a time he wasn't super good against the field, and like F Champ could beat like literally everyone, right? And then F Champ lost to Kane Blue River. Doesn't mean Kane Blue River is a better player than him. There's a stylistic matchup there. And so, like, you could say that F-Champ had a mental block versus Kane Blue River. Right, like, for me, for the longest time, who was it? It was, fucking some person, right? Like, I would outplay some person at, like, every fucking salty for the most part. And then I lost to him a couple times. I was like, damn, I just had, like, the mental block against, like, Excel Assist.
Really? I didn't actually ever know that you had trouble against some person. It's news.
For a little bit. I got over it pretty fast. I got over in the grand finals too, which was nice. And you could say I had a mental block against like Stuff too, but I would.
You definitely had a mental block against Stuff. I remember that.
But I would argue at the time Stuff was actually performing better than me, like in tournaments and shit. Yeah, the K-Brad tournament. Yeah, F-Champ won that. That tournament was sick too.
God damn.
Just get 50-50. Yeah, cross up mid. You can match that too. You did not have to level 3 there. Again, no.
You know, I was saying like KJ has off days. This is not one of them. He's playing clean.
Yeah, he's getting walked. Like Graham's just getting fucking walked here. Yeah. But yeah, you never heard like having mental block against someone, like, cause that's like anything where you like, it's not just like straight like league format. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like,
I mean,
when you have open tournaments like that, like this exists in breaking a lot too, right? Because like styles make fights, right? And someone might just be stylistically like a bad matchup for you.
The thing is, like, I'm not saying that I've never heard the term mental block before, and I've never heard it used the way it's being used, but I never interpreted it that way for me personally. Because anytime I have a mental block, it's like, okay, like, what's the next step after realizing I have a mental block against someone? Find out what the fuck they're doing that's opening me up, right? And then I go from there, where it's like, okay, so I'm clearly bad against not the person. They're doing a thing that I'm bad against.
Okay, but like because like fighting games can be really like read based too. Like it's just like, oh, this person just has like the opposite tendencies I do, right?
I guess.
Oh man, someone picked the stage. So someone played the Evangelion song.
What?
The all comes tumbling down, that song.
The end of Ava song, like from
that
the movie.
Sure. I think that's a series that I like the least that I've seen all the way through.
I'm not a big fan of Ava at all, but I did watch it just for the cultural significance.
Yeah, like I just felt like I had to, and I was like, I'm not happy that I watched that.
Same here.
Ooh, Graham doing baby combos.
Does he have the... Oh wow, okay, he did dash up conversion.
Yeah, just a swag on him, I guess. No, it's for the corner carries. For that little bit of corner carry is gonna make the difference here. Wait, why are you why burn the super here? That you could have just done. You could have just done the missiles anyway. Alright. Man, mad people are just committing to the raw brass strategy, and it's like not really getting them punished like it should be.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
And, yeah, like a lot of people are just like raw brassing like Band versus Robo, and Graham just doesn't really have a idea of what to do. Oh. Keep it secret, keep it safe. Ooh, yeah, you're flesh stepping at exactly the wrong time. People are opening themselves up on the PVGC window. I don't get it.
Oh, there's the brass punisher we're looking for. I don't know why the hell people are throwing out brasses like that, but I guess if it's not being punished, I guess keep doing it until as long as it keeps working. Second logic.
I guess so. Oh, catch the backdash. Oh, but this should be it? I don't know, Graham's dropped these before. Alright, there we go. Okay. The Netflix version cuts Fly Me to the Moon from... Wow, that's really crazy, because that's an incredible version of Fly Me to the Moon. That might be one of my favorite versions of Fly Me to the Moon, to be fair. Like, the opening and ending are, like, probably the greatest, like, contributions Ava's made to the culture. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, I spaced out. What the fuck? Huh?
The opening and ending songs are, like, the greatest contributions Ava's made to, like, the culture.
Yeah. I mean, I guess at the same time, they really caused the spike in esoteric anime. You know what I mean? I feel
Christianity.
Well, I mean, not Christianity specifically, but it's just like the storytelling style where it's like keeping things ambiguous and there's like a lot of things going on off screen. Like that wasn't something that was really prevalent in anime. Like I think
like,
Serial
Please
Experiment
analyze me
afterwards,
symbolism.
Right?
Yeah. Also, because of that, I know a lot about a Hindu terrorist attack in Japan.
I mean, all right.
Because like, wait, have you not heard about that?
I have not. I did not know about this. No.
So part of the reason that the ending is so shit, like, of the show, is because they had to rewrite major portions of it, because apparently it shared a lot of characteristics with a terrorist attack that happened during the production of the show. where a bunch of radical Hindus really sarin gas into the Tokyo subway system.
I thought it was because of a budget issue. Because they went back
they
and added the correct ending at End of Ava.
Yeah. Yeah, they also like ran out of budget, but also they had to rewrite like parts of it. It was like just a confluence of like really bad circumstances.
Like one of those like school days moments. That shit was hilarious. Like the nice boat thing. That thing's hilarious.
But yeah, it was literally like a Hindu death cult or something, man. It was like insane.
That's fucking. That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
What is sarin gas? I don't actually know what sarin gas is.
It's a chemical weapon that's illegal under the Geneva Convention.
Sure, but like, so is mustard gas. Like, how's it different?
It's like mustard gas.
Oh, okay. So it's not like a neural. What's it called?
It might be a neurotoxin. I'm not sure.
Yeah, neurotoxin. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, we've all played Portal. We know the word neurotoxin.
I actually learned it from what's it called? What the fuck was it called? 24? Was that the name of the show where it's like a counter-terrorist unit and there's always a clock ticking down?
Oh, I've never seen that show, but I had a friend in high school that was really into it, and me and another friend would always shit on him for liking it because we were like, it's unrealistic. He never goes to the bathroom.
You don't know that. No one looks at his pants.
Isn't it supposed to like be like a whole 24 hours, right?
I mean, sort of. It's supposed to be like... I feel like it went past that at some point because like every season's supposed to be like 24 hours of them dealing with like as a counter-terrorist unit, like dealing with terrorism. And
yeah, and he never goes
but it
to
definitely
the
goes past
bathroom.
that. You can not pee for 24 hours. It hurts. He's also like you know dealing with terrorists. Like I feel like one of those things takes priority.
But yeah, do you think that his adrenal response is just good for 24 hours, like, and that is not going to affect his ability to? I assume he fights the terrorists like in hand-to-hand combat, right?
Oh, fucking Jack Bauer, right? Like he can do whatever the hell he wants.
I don't know, except play Solid Snake, I guess, or Venom Snake.
Does Jack Bauer play Venom Snake? I did not know that was the same guy. Is that actually the same guy?
Kiefer Sutherland is the guy who replaced David Hayter as the voice of Snake.
Oh, that's fucking great.
And apparently, like that's the reason he doesn't talk like at all in the in Metal Gear Solid 5 is because he was like too expensive.
Oh, that connects so many dots. That makes sense. That's so funny. Yeah, they replaced David Hayter because he got like the role of Solid Snake gave him like throat cancer. He completely destroyed his
David
vocal
Hayter
cords.
has like a writing credit on like some of the Bryan Singer X-Men movies.
I did not know that. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, I think he's like just like in showbiz or whatever the fuck.
Glad shit's working out for him, I guess.
Yeah.
It's always cool to like see like one talent like really branch out into other things. Like I mean, the obvious example is Childish Gambino, right? Where Don Glover just does everything. He does fucking everything.
Dude, I hate his music though.
Yeah, I liked like 2 of his songs, which is more than I can say about half the people I listen to. But...
And dude, when I got into UCLA, everyone would play "You See Me" around me.
Oh really?
And yeah, cause you know I'm on my ballin' each and every day. Asian girls everywhere, UCLA, and so like people would just play that shit in front of me all the time my senior year of high school.
The only thing I cared about was Sweatpants, really. Like, that was definitely my favorite. But
his comedy's fucking funny as hell, though.
It's formulaic, because I had a friend who told me the same thing, and I checked out some of his stuff, and like it's very formulaic. Like he seems to have a very clear like pattern of like, all right, let's test the audience with this kind of joke. Oh, it worked. Now I'm gonna try it again. Oh, it didn't work again.
Did you ever watch like Derek Comedy and that shit?
No.
Oh, dude, I love Derek Comedy. Like that shit. That was like back when like sketch comedy groups had their own websites because they weren't sure about how real this YouTube thing was, and like. So yeah, he is one of those, and they had like Keyboard Kid and like Blowjob Girl and like Bro Rape and like all that shit. Like those fucking skits were so fucking funny. Yeah, so he technically blew up off of YouTube because I think he went from YouTube to getting that writing job on 30 Rock, and then you know Community and then Childish Gambino and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have a segue this time, but let's go ahead and make sure that Mao and Pet Shop and Graham versus Doc are playing off stream, because right now we have winners finals, Tyrone versus KJ.
So you're saying this is gonna be a better set than him versus Graham?
I think so, a little bit, yeah. I think I wasn't watching too much of the last set because we were talking about stuff like we do, but I do feel like just KJ's clean play really takes advantage of the fact that Graham, you were talking about this before, right? When Graham drops a lot of like game-winning combos or like combos that really, really matter or turn the tides of things. So it like that level of just proficiency with combos, I feel like is better there with KJ, and I feel like Tyrone has a little bit more of that too. Tyrone has more gaps in his pressure, and I feel like KJ can take advantage of that. But his team is also not like optimally suited to take advantage of it. So I feel like this matchup is going to be interesting because they're both more stable players, while at the same time like not really able to take advantage of each other's weaknesses super well. That's my on paper theory. That's my thesis. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I'd love to watch Skullgirls, but gosh, I am horrible at things. Hell, man, that's me in every other fighting game. Just watch Mad Tekken content, can't play Tekken. Watch Mad Guilty Gear content, can't play Guilty Gear.
And do what you love, right? Like, watch the tournaments that you want to watch and play the games you want to play. It doesn't... If you want to win, right? Like, that's the way it gets like a little gray, right? Where it's like for you especially, it's like you want to win. If you want to win, it's like, all right, well now being bad is actually kind of a letdown.
Yeah, but also like it's totally normal to like not play things you enjoy watching, right? Like you can like
For sure.
no one's like, oh, you're watching Sunday football. I don't see you out on your fucking rec league like killing it with like other like 30 somethings, but everyone's like, you don't play League of Legends, you're watching the LCS, like that's fucking weird. It's like, why? Yeah, like I don't ball up at the rec center, but I'll still watch the NBA as an example. I don't actually, but that's a pretty good example. I don't think anyone who like watches the NBA is expected to like just be going to their local gym and like playing pickup. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. And there are people out there who like prefer playing instead of watching, and that's fine. There are people who prefer watching instead of playing, and that's also fine. Like, who gives a shit? Where it gets interesting is if you play and don't watch the competitive game you're playing, because now you're crippling yourself in terms of information access. You know. Like, you're much more likely to plateau.
Yeah, that's why like, people who, like, play League of Legends and don't watch the LCS are, like, becoming rarer and rarer because, like, or at least consume some sort of, like, auxiliary league content because, like, there's so much homework to do outside of League and, like, the pros just do it for you, you know, a lot of times, guys, like, build orders, champion strength, you know, shit like that, team comps, you know, like... And it's like, you're not going to figure all that shit out on your own. There's people whose jobs literally is to figure it out, and sometimes they get it wrong. Tyrone, get your ass in here.
Yeah, I was just about to add him. Oh, no,
there we
beat
go.
me to it.
Dude, it's me talking that did it.
Yeah, forget the stream delay.
Segways are dangerous? I've never ridden a Segway. Well, they let all those like whack-ass tourists on them all the time do the Segway tours. Are they really that dangerous?
Segway is a verbal thing.
Well, no, those are spelled differently though. That's S-E-G-U-E, right?
I guess that's true. Are they actually the same word? I actually never knew that. Are they the same word? Those stupid like two-wheeled like floaty things?
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay, I was starting off strong. And a crazy autocorrect combo, but then same side mid, alright. Tries to bait pillar, but does it wrong. Like, that's the thing, like, you can bait matches all you want, but if you don't do it correctly, like, it's Skullgirls, it'll work out for the matcher.
Yeah,
right, people are like, oh my god, like, I like, knew he was gonna do Airwolf. It's like, yeah, but you didn't do the, like, actual counter Airwolf, like, set play, so it doesn't matter.
You can see it coming, but if you're not ready to deal with it, like, it doesn't help.
Ooh, this is gonna be big. That was huge, because, like, Tyrone was about to get, like, set played on really hard, because he really push-blocked poorly against Parasol. Yeah, see, like, this thing also, KJ is just, like, knows when to block. And, like, no one else in this tournament seemingly knows when and how to block properly.
I mean, I sure as hell don't know. I couldn't even comment on that.
Yeah, like, he's push blocking, like, relatively early. He's not push blocking first hit consistently, but, like, look at it, like, see, like, why are you getting hit? Like, what are you pressing? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just literally, like, and because of that, he's the only one that gets to mount any real sense of pressure. Oh, wow, I can't believe he got punished in that way. I thought we would just press light punch immediately. Because, yeah, if you're in the air, DHC Magnet's not safe.
You pretty much orchestrated exactly what's going on here, or not orchestrated, I guess, or saw. I don't know, because you were talking about how Tyrone was just about to get a super set plate, and that's why that beam was such a big deal. And then once that Parasol was able to like block the beam, just kind of deal the cards that were played, and, you know.
Yeah, momentum's important in this game, man. Like it's really, really important.
Yeah.
Like
Tyrone was able to break the momentum at least a little bit at one point, but it didn't matter. Once Parasol got in, it's just, no, this is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, he lost too much health, right? He can't play with it anymore because he plays a team with worse zoning. Yeah, that's I assume that like it's gonna happen like that. Again, like the only damage he really got was that unscaled super and that like mini like 7-hit combo he got with Valentine right before he completely failed to reset. So it's like,
I mean, if he made a quick adjustment and like did get that reset though, right? Like that's one less character he has to deal with. He doesn't have to deal with Fuku assist anymore. That actually would have helped shut down that pressure a lot. I feel like that.
Yeah, for sure. Because this Fuku really only does
3,000 more damage, I think, is all he needed before it would have gone.
Yeah, I mean, if he can get it down to just a solo Fuku sucks, and like Kanji seems to be really married to dash jump light punch a lot of the time. So like, yeah, you can really like. I think it's a good like I don't think you have to do anything like special. Like you just have to play better. But unfortunately, that's like the least helpful like kind of game.
You're not gonna make that kind of. You're not gonna just adjust the mid-tournament set. Be like, oh, I forgot. I'm supposed to play better.
Yeah, like there's no trickety trick. There's no snap in his band and he falls apart here, right? Like this is just a like you either need to beat him straight up or like you'll lose. Again, not punishing Pillar into no super while you're in the air too. That could have been a heavy counter hit. It's like you're making mistakes like that against someone who's already controlling the neutral. Like what chance do you have? Could have got.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you're keeping Parasol in the corner. All right, never mind. I was gonna say, it's like if you can keep Parasol in the corner and just keep that going, like instead of backing off, like that would have been fine. But Tyrone did try to back off and try to do some scaffold pressure. That's just not gonna work on Parasol.
Yeah, like he's not mounting any pressure, even though he has 2 like pseudo lockdown assists. You know what I'm saying? And then he's getting locked down by Parasol and Fuku. You know, it's like clearly he's outclassed here. And there's actually no mix-up on that held shadow with grab thing. You can OS jump out of that grab.
Oh no. That's big.
Yep, that's the game. Yeah, you see what I mean? Like, Tyrone doesn't know how to block. KJ does. Like that's all it is.
I guess it really does come down to that. That's interesting. I wouldn't have boiled it down to that, but yeah. Like, so there are times where it's like Tyrone has a little bit of momentum and gets some damage done. If he did like 3,000 more damage, deal with the solo character, then he's like fine, right? Because he's dealing with a duo. It's like not that. It's a little bit easier for a trio than like playing with the duo yourself or vice versa. But the point where it really comes in is like what we've seen from Tyrone throughout this entire tournament is like there are gaps in his pressure, and the bigger those gaps are, the more KJ is going to be ready to take advantage of it. I said earlier that I don't think KJ's team really leads him to punishing those things, but it doesn't matter because KJ's got the blocks. So he like
this is an incredibly low damage team, right? Like and he's still getting like the shit beat out of him, which I think just shows the difference in like kind of just player ability. You're getting like the pressure's just not good because I think like he's really only like indexing on like if I can get the first hit, this works out. There's no follow-ups, right? So there's no pressure that he's able to mount. Also, he like seemingly only knows how to up back.
That is something that definitely killed him. Like I think 2 games ago, like when he had Parasol in the corner and he was like totally fine. The decision to up back was a little bit.
I mean, like think about game 1, how many times he got air grabbed too, right? Like there's. Yeah, like he got like he literally I think is only holding up back, which I mean he's a Valentine player, right? But like being predictable is the worst thing you can be.
Yeah, I kind of hate like railing on Tyrone so much though because like he's playing his character as well. It's just the pressure's a little bit off, right? Like the gaps in his pressure is really like holding him back. Like as soon as he gets a hit confirm, he goes.
I mean, it's just what happens, especially in Skullgirls, right? Like, if someone's better than you, you, like, look completely outclassed. It's the unfortunate reality of it.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate, because, like, Tyrone's definitely a talented player. I mean, he made it all the way to win his finals, and he didn't do it on the win. He's doing really, really well.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely, like, outplayed everyone he beat on the way here, but it just happened to him right back. That's just how it is sometimes. There's levels to this shit. And, yeah, you need one more because of this team. Any other team, right? Like, 2 meter, half health, like 2v3, like that would be kill, but you still have to reset in extra time. But it's just not a concern. Did someone rage quit, like alt F4 out? Yeah, that looks like it.
That's KJ actually. Interesting.
Yeah. Wasting no time. Quick 3-0.
Crazy.
Is it crazy? The only reason I was unsure of the money was because I didn't, like, people said he might not show up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I still find it a little bit wild. Alright, so Graham took out Doc in loser's side. So Graham is sitting at losers semifinals. I do still see Mao versus Pet Shop is not reported yet, and I don't see a score reported in the group chat. Thought I had to sneeze. So it looks like we're waiting on that. As soon as that score is reported, I guess we can move on to losers finals. So until then, I guess we chill. Graham, if you want to go ahead and sit in this lobby, go ahead. Like, you can just chill here. And wait till the winner between Mao and Pet Shop show up.
Word. But yeah, man.
Did win against him 2-4. Yeah, see, like, it's so... I don't know. Like, you're saying he's, like, KJ's in a completely different class. I think KJ was playing today in a class that was above Tyrone. Because I said this before, where, like, KJ's an incredibly good player, and I like the dude. But he is inconsistent. Like, he does have off days. And Tyrone definitely can outplay him. I've definitely seen it. Like, I don't think that it's, like, fair to say that Tyrone's in a completely different class. So I'm going to stick to that.
I mean, again, I don't really, like, watch these people play that much, but again, like, just watching that set, like, you can say you wouldn't say it was free based on your history with him. That set, you were pretty free, right, man? Like, I don't think that's a controversial thing to say. Like, again, if you're doing better normally, like, that's fine. Then it just means you're doing worse right now. Like, because it really looked like you didn't have the answers there. And again, I think the pressure is the main thing, right? Like, the pressure is, like the big thing, right? Because, like, Tyrone, like, every time Parasol touched him, right, it's like the fireball would just, like, hold him down no matter what, because he would always default to the up back. And so, like, that just means the fireball gets to follow you, like, for longer and longer time. You can't press anything. And there's, like, when you press him with Valentine, he would either just completely back off or, like, he'd get push blocked out the first hit and nothing would happen. And it's like, the pressure matters. Like, people always talk about, like, you have to do some crazy, like, cross-up, 4-way mix-up, like, every neutral interaction or whatever. But sometimes just touching the guy and getting close to him is, like, you know, like, the key to a good relationship.
Yeah. I don't. It really. It's so funny because, like, you were talking about that stuff.
That transition was smooth as fuck, man. Come on.
Oh, that was pretty good. But, like, it's interesting when you bring that up because, like, as soon as you said the like, you know, when you up back, like, the projectile follows you for longer, it's like now it's more of a threat because it's taking up more of your frames from you being able to do anything. And, like,
it's the same amount of threat, but you have less screen, right? Because you have less distance to the corner now.
Right, but and, like, ultimately though, that projectile is on the screen for more frames because you up back instead of just blocking it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, that stuff, that logic is instinctual to me in games like Tekken. That logic is instinctual to me to anything I play in Mystery Tournament. But for some reason, I keep telling you this, I think my brain is just not designed for Skullgirls sometimes. Because that shit is so obvious in any other game I play, and I've never really even thought about that in Skullgirls. Like, projectiles are so fast, I never really made the connection that I'm giving up so much just from up backing against a projectile. Even though I'm chicken blocking, land canceling, like, it has a cost to it. And I really put that together. That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know, that's why, like, so much time I think, like, I just need to play more Street Fighter, right? Or, like, because, I mean, I haven't played any Street Fighter 5, right? Mm-hmm. But, like, it's just, like, Street Fighter is like, a huge way to teach that, right? Because, like, the simple, like, you can't block in the air thing, right? Mm-hmm. Like, so fireballs are a very distinct thing, right? And I know, like, in Street Fighter 5 especially, there's, like, specific fireball invincibility, like, moves and stuff, but yeah, it's a very good way. It's like, yeah, you can jump back and you'll get hit by the fireball, but now, like, Guile got to dash at you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and now, like, Bazooka Knee's a threat, or, like, now, like, Ryulo forward's a threat, you know, and I mean, there's air fireballs, yeah, if you're, like, Akuma, or, I guess, like, Dhalsim, but they're, like, those are, like, character-specific things. In And like in the general sense, right, you're thinking like, you know, Ryu Guile type fireball game, you know, it's like it's a pretty set thing. You know, the fireball anti-air jumping kind of like trifecta is like the pinning, like the underpinning to like slow footsies based games.
I actually didn't know Sakura had an air fireball.
Does she? Oh, that's new to 5 then. I guess she didn't have that in 4. Cause yeah, her fireballs don't go full screen. Is Sakura's like thing. So she's like a rush down. She's like and her DP usually is like worse than Ken and Ryu's. Although I think they made it now that only EX DPs are full invincible, so maybe it's different now.
Do you think there's gonna be a Street Fighter 6 anytime soon? Because I know a lot of people were expecting that kind of
the Capcom schedule got released. It's 2022, I think they said.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
How many characters do you think it's gonna have on launch?
Oh, who knows, man? Fucking
7.
Yeah. Yeah, they also said it's also like well known that like early testing for Street Fighter 6 went really poorly, so that's why they did Season 5 of Street Fighter 5 because they needed an extra year.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Which is why Ono got left because he got demoted because of how badly he was leading how unhappy they were with what Street Fighter 6 was turning out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew the Street Fighter 6 like testing went bad, but I didn't know the what's it called? That's why they did Season 5 to buy time.
Mm-hmm.
I figure like why even bother? I mean, I guess
like
it's
an
just
open secret.
Easy money, I guess.
I mean, the characters look cool, man. Like, I mean, not Dan, fuck Dan, but Oro, that's cool. And I didn't even know what Rival Schools was, but that game looks fucking awesome.
Man, I want a Project Justice crossover. That's a dead game.
I need to find a new fighting game to play. So, and anything you're offering. I was even looking at TVC, man.
Capcom versus SNK. I don't actually play that.
You want me to play like CBS 2 and just break my hands against fucking 40-year-olds who've never stopped playing?
Fucking join me in the Mystery World. We'll play, what the fuck is it called? Like Power Gems or Power Stone.
I don't want to play match or melee, fuck you. Yeah, it doesn't have to be poverty. I don't know why only poverty games are getting fucking listed.
I don't know. Like it's there's a bit of a dry spell, which is kind of funny because we had so many fighting games come out so fast in 2018 to 2019.
It's the oversaturation.
Yeah, you bring that up a lot.
Cause I called this like 4 years ago.
Yeah, the oversaturation thing. I mean,
it's also just like all the developers are off cycle at the same time because like they've been taking on so many projects, right? Because Arxis has made like 4 games, like in rapid succession and shit like that. And also we're crossing a console generation too, right? So like development efforts will slow until like the hardware is kind of more nailed down. But
I mean, PS5 has 100% PS4 compatibility. You can play any PS4 game on PS5. They could just develop for PS4 hardware and it'd be fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, and that's what Strive is doing, right? Strive is coming out on both, but like it's obviously made for PS4. But like I'm talking about like, you know, like Street Fighter 6 like comes out in 2022. Will that get a PS4 release? That'd be really weird, right?
Not unheard of. That's like PS4 in PS4's life, like there was about a year and a half where pretty much every title was on both PS4 and PS3.
Oh, I hate them fighting herds. That game sucks. Dude, I did not enjoy what I played. Like I played that game for so little amount. I've never given that a game so little chance, but goddamn, I like touched that game and it felt wrong.
I don't know. The game had it had the hard stuff in Skullgirls, like the what's it called, like TKDP nonsense cancels. Like it had like some of the tech, considering it's based on the same engine, that made it interesting. But overall, I kind of agree. The game did not feel like something that made me happy.
Yeah, it's like it's all tech, no substance, right? Like. Yeah,
that's actually a really good way of putting it. It's all tech, no substance. Is how I felt when I was playing it, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's true. It's just the feeling I got.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. Like, yeah, again, maybe someone who plays the game more and like loves the game can tell me that I'm like 100% wrong and that this game is actually about like slow full screen footsies or something. But yeah, you can do like Eliza style like grounded TK shit. But then it's like, okay, but like What about like the pattern of how you press buttons in relation to your opponent?
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, but you were talking about like the oversaturation thing. We talked about that so many times at this point.
We talk about it all the time.
We talk about it all the fucking time. But like, I definitely expected what was gonna happen. Like, I didn't doubt the oversaturation thing. Like, that definitely was not like a surprise to me. It's like, yeah, you can't release this many team fighters and expect all of them to survive. What did surprise me is there wasn't as much of a transition into games that people actually want to play that I thought would happen. That was my theory. My theory was the saturation was going to happen, and then people would start playing what they like, because there's so many options, they all suck. So people are going to start playing, like, go back to Marvel 2, play a little bit of Marvel 3. And it started happening.
The fragment and splinter thing really just did happen, right? Like,
yeah.
It's like now you can like the Dragon Ball and like what used to be like Marvel / Guilty Gear like audience is now fighters, right? But those are both smaller than I think the Street Fighter 4 and Marvel 3 audience were in terms of concentration. I think maybe in raw numbers they might be higher just because the genre, the FGC as a whole has grown in the esports era. But yeah, it's like in terms of like percentage of the community, they're smaller and like no one plays anything else. It's like, you know, like, I don't hear about anyone fucking playing, like, what's it called? Like, Soul Calibur, right? That came out pretty recently.
No one... The Soul Calibur's tournament scene dies very quickly. That's always been a thing, though. It's much less a competitive game than a lot of people...
Yeah.
Like, just strictly because of turnout. Like, it's much less of a competitive game than a lot of other games.
Yeah, I mean, no one plays, like, Cross Tag anymore. No one plays, like, you know, Rev or Central Fiction. You know, it's like... And it seems like all that hype for, like, Accent Chord died out pretty fast, even though the beta's essentially out now.
No, it's there. There's definitely a lot of hype for it. I've seen a lot of, like, tutorials and wikis get, like, updates and stuff, too. It's like, it's almost like reviving people who are, like, labbing shit out. It's kind of cool.
I mean, because I saw there were like, so many tournaments, there was a, like, full character roster show match and whatever, and now it's like, is anyone still running it? Did any weekly incorporate it? Or
I feel like it was supposed to be a one-time thing because the demo was going to go away afterwards, right? Or like the beta was going to go away afterwards.
Yeah,
it was supposed to be a one-time thing in the first place. Yeah, and regardless of it being like, yeah, that always obviously takes the appeal of it away, right? Where it's like, oh, now it's not just like a momentous occasion or anything. But on top of that, it's like the tournaments are probably intended to be a one-time thing anyway. Why would they bring them back?
Yeah, I mean, if it's as popular, right? Like people should. I mean, if people are playing it, right? Like people should hold tournaments for it. I guess it's a matter of does one follow the other, right? Like. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Obviously, also props to Graham for clearing out his score. But I don't know. Like, again, I think we'll see another like kind of coalescence with the next cycle, right? Like they'll probably just be like Street Fighter 6, Strive, maybe one other Arxis game, and like
Grand Blue 2.
Yeah, and like Tekken 8, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, not years ago, like 2 years ago or so, like they started a rumor that. Was it 2 years ago or 1 year ago? It might have only been 1 year ago, where they started a rumor where the Fighters engine was going to be used for making the next Persona fighter. Which, I mean, that would be kind of cool coming from Arxis. Like, I would like that.
I mean, there was also, like, French Bread was going to make the next JoJo's fighter, too. Like, new Darkstalkers, as much as I'm not a Darkstalkers fan, having tried it, that would be very cool. Because I think that's a community this community and game style that's been very underserved.
Yeah, for real. Like, the community has wanted a new Dark Souls for a while, and it's just kind of been, like, put on the shelf. It's been backshafted. It sucks. The other, what was it? Like, I know a lot of people are looking forward to the League of Legends fighting game, not because the game's going to be good, but because of the sheer volume of players. Yeah, there's going to be so much money, there's just the sheer volume of players. You know, like, it's going to have that Grand Blue effect where it's like people have no idea what the fuck they're doing with fighting games, they're going to be picking it up.
Yeah, it's gonna be like at the beginning of Overwatch, right? Whoever is like at the top of the ladder and gets picked up early by organizations is gonna make so much fucking money.
Yeah, straight up. It's gonna be easy stream money too. It's just like stream that for a couple of hours every day, and you're like, well, damn. Suddenly I have like 20,000 followers.
Yeah. And then you turn into literally the biggest Twitch streamer on the platform.
Yeah.
Right? XQC is the biggest, right?
I don't know. Yeah. Not anymore. Are they still?
I don't know. At least they were at one point. That person has made several $1 million multiple times over.
Yeah, for real.
And I remember into the public eye by his Overwatch career. Like,
what was the Twitch competitor? Like, I think it was Mixer, and it took what's his name, Ninja or some shit, to
yeah.
the competitor or whatever. People are doing estimates on how like big the number must have been on his contract for him to actually leave Twitch and go to Mixer, and it was like the numbers were fucking staggering.
Wasn't it 30 million?
It was like, was it the actual number released? Because the estimate was about 24 to 26 million.
I think they said it was 30 million, and he got that paid out in like 8 months instead of 3 years.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Because there was no exit clause on, or the exit clause was super slanted towards them on the contract.
It like makes you wonder. It's like, do TV celebrities even get paid that much? Like, they really don't. Like, sports celebrities don't get paid that much in contracts. Like, they get high there. They get like multi-million. They get like 15, 16 million, but like not that high.
The top players definitely do.
They get paid 30 million per contract?
Like, yeah, like, I'm sure, like, fucking, like, Kobe, or, sorry, not Kobe, LeBron's making that much? Hell yeah.
Oh, LeBron, yeah, okay, fine. I guess, like, LeBron, Jordan, Kobe, like, those guys probably made the mark. But, like, yeah, okay, I guess if you put it that way, yeah. I guess Ninja's basically the, I hate to word it like that, but, like...
Dude, I saw Ninja
basically...
on a Red Bull can, like, last year.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to be on a Red Bull can.
Dude, I know personally people who are sponsored by Red Bull who have never been on Red Bull cans.
I mean, some Travis Scott shit, right? Where it's like you market yourself well, you can end up with a burger named after you, and that's something that's insane.
But you know what I'm saying? Like there's people who I know people who are Red Bull athletes, right? And they don't get put on Red Bull cans.
Yeah, sure. I mean, like, it's the same way, like, how often you get to see athletes on Gatorade bottles, right? But you see their face next to the commercial all the time, right?
Yeah.
But it takes some fucking big marketing maneuver to actually end up with your face on a can. That's a big deal.
Yeah, like, obviously, like, you just need to be recognizable, and he is, like, just not to adults.
Yeah.
Which is fine, because, like, all the money is targeted at, like, either young kids or that 18 to 34 demographic.
Mm-hmm. Looking forward to killing mobile players. Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, like, honestly, like, if you can be good at that game out the gate, you stand to make, like, you stand to probably make your living off of fighting games for at least a year.
Easy, if not more.
Yeah.
Like, you probably make, like, straight up, the like IP is so valuable. And it's like,
especially because like Riot's like esports ecosystem is super inflated right now. I think they said the average LCS salary is like over 400,000 right now. And like
actually, listen,
the like one of the best players in Europe just like moved to NA, and they're saying the total cost of his buyout plus his new salary is like $17 million for like a 2-year contract.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
God, these numbers are insane.
Yeah, and so like obviously this isn't a game that's been around for 10 years, it's not even out yet, but like that's the type of like volume we're talking about, right? That's the type of company that's like making this game. Perks, not Cash. Perks coming to NA, like deal apparently like cost Cloud9 like 17 million.
Yeah. We were talking about like the life cycle of fighters and how there was like a dry spell of fighters the last couple of years. And like right after like all the team fighters came out, just like nothing's been really new or fresh. And it led to the conversation about the League of Legends fighter that everyone's looking forward to, just so they can like pub stomp, because you know like that the player base is gonna be super inflated just from people who like Riot games. That's gonna be funny. I think the netcode will be good, Turktos.
They have the Cannon Brothers.
Exactly, like they have the Cannon Brothers. They have the people behind what was it called, Rising Thunder. So probably a thing.
Yeah, say what you will about that game. It had good netcode.
That game ran like shit. It ran like absolute dog shit. They did not know how to optimize at all.
Wasn't it made in like the Unreal Engine or something?
Yeah, which is bad because it has input delay issues, but I mean, it's fine. They can probably resolve that by now, especially when they have multiple millions of dollars backing it.
Yeah. And like how many years of development? Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah. GGPO is open source but owned by MIT, so like yeah, it is open source and easy to use, but like the you have to design the game from the ground up, right? Like you have to remember that the game has to become a state machine. Otherwise, it just doesn't work. It has to become like an asynchronous state machine. Otherwise, GGPO fundamentally falls apart. Or is just very bad. Or your game is very old and can run on a toaster, in which case GGPO works fantastically, because who cares? You can just literally redesign every frame.
Yeah, and even then, it's hard for games like Plus R.
And even before it went free, it was like the contracting fee on it was like $170. Like, it wasn't even expensive. So, like, I'm pretty sure if they wanted to put in GGPO, they definitely could.
Yeah, I remember, like, there was that one talk Mike Z gave where he's like, so, like, you want to make a fighting game type thing, and he was literally just like, he's like, use GGPO. Like, either you're a big enough company that doesn't need me to tell you that you can build your own, or you're using GGPO.
Mm-hmm. Straight up. Wasn't BB Tag tournaments, they weren't going to decline because Rooster Teeth was being shit with the OST.
I never heard that.
Yeah,
but I mean, it also seemed like the player base really didn't like the way that game was going. Because also, like, problems with the OST, because there was problems with people getting demonetized for using the anime music in Fighters too, but like, TOs just told them to not use that music on stream matches, on stream setups.
I really wish they didn't bastardize the controls of characters that were like from pre-existing franchises. You know, if every character played like from the game they were, and let me try that again. If every character played like they did from the game that they were in, and on top of that, just rebalance everything, sped a few things up, slowed a few things down, just like make the game work and balance. I think that'd be fantastic.
So you want the Persona characters to have 2-button DPs. And then also in that same game, there's Batista.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't care. It's fine.
Dude, that sounds like such a bad idea.
Like, design-wise, it's bad, but like it makes me actually want to play the game. A lot of the people who were like fans of all the different franchises just kind of came together and were like, oh, wait a minute, this game bastardizes the character I like to play. Fuck that noise. And sure, I guess, you know, that 2-button DP thing, you know, maybe that's an extreme. Maybe they can like adjust that, turn it into a normal DP motion or some shit. But like, for the most part, if the character's intact instead of turning everything into a 2-button like cesspool.
Yeah, I think that game's just like a lead us into whole like kind of like I don't know what to call it, like pantheon of incredibly simple fighting games that aren't that engaging, right?
It took the problem that auto combos presented and turned it to an 11. Like it took it to a whole new level, and that's impressive.
Yeah, like, and like what they did to combos, like Fighters kind of did to neutral. Like, because Fighters is fun, but it is very simple. Especially the neutral is very simple because it's so easy to just start up really formulaic and incredibly strong pressure. You know,
I wonder if it's at least somewhat related to why I instinctively just did not find Fighters fun. I mean, the snap loops already were like a big turnoff for me.
Yeah,
even after those are
gone now, but yeah.
Yeah. Like, neutral has just always been like, Tekken's always been my thing, so when there's, like, not interesting neutral, it's just kind of...
Yeah, it's like, they're in, like, you catch them jumping, you super dash, you call assist, okay, now they have to hold at least one block string. You know? It's like, it's kind of the formula.
As a quick thing to point out, Graham is on the verge of doing a bracket reset? No, this is a losers final.
No, this is losers finals.
I, like, completely brain farted. No, this is losers final. Hey, Landside. Good to see you here. Landside? 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 I don't know. I tried. I'm gonna call you Land.
Land Hikari? Yo, that's what I need. Yo, next... Also, the thing that really sucks with the Capcom, like, release schedule getting leaked for, like, the next 3 years is, like, all the rumors about Marvel 4 being, like, a thing are just wrong.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh my god, look, there's gonna be Marvel Infinite Uncanny Edition. Oh my god, they're actually working on Marvel 4. And then...
Marvel, I think, is gonna take... It's gonna get the Darkstalker treatment. I think Infinite was a very big nail in the coffin.
Which is crazy because, like, the Twitch Rivals thing happened, and the people who put it up, I saw because they were talking in one stream chat one time, and they're like, yeah, it's crazy because Marvel and Capcom said yes to this.
Marvel and Capcom said yes to...
To the Marvel 3 Twitch Rivals that happened on Monday.
That's cool.
Yeah, right? Like, that's super unexpected, but then at the same time, they're also, like, not making a new Marvel. Like, it's weird. I guess it's just it's easier to say yes than no, right? Like obviously, but you would think that it would intimate some interest in the franchise, but I guess not.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have just assumed they just got ignored, like left on red. They've just been like, yeah, like go ahead and do your thing, but like we're not gonna publicly address it in any way, shape, or form. they
got because it's a Twitch thing, you know. Twitch Rivals is like a Twitch branded thing, so they have to get explicit permission from the publishers. Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
Super jump float, like. Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not engaging. I think it is engaging. I think it's just incredibly simple. There's a difference. Like, I think Dragon Ball, I have so much fun every time I play DBFZ, but it's a very, very simple game.
Would you call it formulaic?
Yeah. Kind of. I mean, insofar as every fighting game's formulaic, I don't think it's any more formulaic than, say, like, Skullgirls, honestly.
Okay. Two and two. All right. Loses finals. One of these guys gets a chance to fight it out with KJ.
To lose to KJ because they both got kind of walked. So.
I mean, I kind of want to see him make adjustments. I kind of want to see give him a chance.
I mean,
you know, like
what's the difference in winnings here? Like $5?
No, it's 70%, 20%, 10%. It's always been. It's how like majors do it too. I think. That's the way it should be done because first place should always be more than double than second place.
Then more than top 3. I mean, majors usually pay out to top 8.
Yeah, but like first place should always be double second place, in my opinion. Like it should always be that way.
No, so I want to say, what's the dollar difference in payout between second and third for this tournament?
35 and 10, so $15.
Oh,
well, second and third. Sorry, second and third. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, it's $5.
I was right the whole time. You just give me all this fucking shit.
I thought you were talking about first and second, man. I didn't know.
Oh, God. Fucking hate you.
That's fair.
Oh, you gotta just go into H danger. Oh, it was like Graham's in control of this game. But yeah, I don't know. I think it feels like a lot of people are just waiting for the next fighting game that really speaks to them.
It's gonna be a minute.
Or maybe I'm projecting, but it's what it feels like other people are feeling like too. Cause like, you know, like, say what you will, like, Street Fighter 4 and Marvel 3 really did at least speak to a pretty broad set of the FGC, you know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people could find what they wanted in those two games, and if not, like, they were an anime player, you know?
Right.
And like, now it feels like that a lot of people really kind of feel, like, left out of, like, having a game that really speaks to them, you know?
Yeah. I mean, Tekken's doing pretty nice.
But Tekken's always had its own kind of community, right? Like, what appeals to people about Tekken doesn't necessarily, like, is not, like, the normal 09er, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I get you.
But,
I guess there's stuff, like, you can count on, like, when it comes to, like, core player bases, and, like, what is the go-to anime fighter for somebody? It's like, I guess you play fighters, and if you're not into team fighters, then you're kind of screwed and you wait for Strive. If you are not an anime player, then you have Street Fighter V, but it's on its dying woes, and you're waiting for something better.
And also Strive's like the least anime Guilty Gear that there's like ever been, right?
Yeah, straight up. But like that's what anime fighters are looking forward to, right? I'm not looking forward to it. I don't give a flying fuck about it. I frankly just don't even think I'm gonna buy it unless literally that's what everyone's playing for like weeks at a time. Then I'm like,
yeah, I mean, like I'll get it probably, and like I'll tell you whether or not I think you'll like it, right? Like
yeah, that would be perfect. Like, please do that because I honestly don't want to.
I mean, isn't that what we do? Like, that's the only reason I like played them's fighting cards because Lightning told me he thought I'd like it. You know, like really? I was never gonna, I'm never gonna play it to begin with. Like,
that's kind of interesting. I don't know why Lightning thought that.
I don't know.
All right. Well, either way, Cat Pie is up against KJ in
the greatest mind Skullgirls has ever seen.
Yeah. So mad you missed DP game 1. Yeah. Misinputs always. I feel like misinputs are the fastest way to get under your own skin. You know,
Yeah.
it's like you did the right thing and you fucked up something so trivial.
Yeah, because it's so just like blatant too. It's like right and wrong, right? It's no like
Yeah.
it's no like, oh well, like I could have like backdashed here and like I could have spaced better around like their anti-air attempt. And it's like, nah, like that DP would have worked and it didn't come out, man.
Yeah, shitty fucking feeling. Something KJ. Where the hell is KJ?
Yeah, and like I'll play Strive and like I'll let you know what I think about it, you know, because again I'm just looking for a fighting game that speaks to me, and you know,
everything I look at in
good.
Strive just immediately appalls me. It's just like, this is not what I want in a fighting game, and like besides
it
the art,
looks
the
so
art
pretty,
is gorgeous.
Though.
Yeah, the art is so gorgeous,
pretty. And the art style is so good, like but yeah, like everything you hear more about how the game plays, it's just like that's not what I want, and I'm not sure who that appeals to. Right? Is it just like
straight up? Like,
is
like
it people who want like slightly like more freeform Street Fighter V? Like, because that's what I guess. But like, aren't people's main complaints about Street Fighter V is about like things that aren't that?
Yeah, no, seriously. Like it's such an alienating game, because I feel like at any point, no matter what genre of fighting game you're coming from, if you've ever taken an interest in a Guilty Gear game, you're not gonna find that what you liked in Strive. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be bad and no one's gonna play it, but it's not a good sign either if you're alienating a lot of players that normally wouldn't like that stuff.
Yeah, and I mean maybe that's like a good strategy to go for, because like Guilty Gear was never that big, right? Like you can talk about like Guilty Gear revs, like Rev 2 is so good, you know, Sleep Fighter 5, yada yada season was, it like took 4 years to get good or whatever. But like look at the sales numbers, man. Like
True that.
Like I don't know. Like I
think the biggest
man.
achievement, this is actually funny, like this is not completely related, but you're talking about sales numbers, and it reminded me like week 1, like launch week of Street Fighter 5, it had less than half the player base that Skullgirls did, interestingly enough.
Yeah,
like, it was so
like
disgusted by what Street Fighter 5 was, like no one wanted to play it.
Yeah, I think the first week of like Dragon Ball, like they'd outsold like Street Fighter to that point.
Yeah, it's so great.
Which is crazy and good and whatever, but like, and you think about it, Street Fighter definitely probably sold more than Guilty Gear, despite Street Fighter having like historically low sales, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's the Street Fighter 4 syndrome, right? Where it's like everyone hates the game at first. People clean up what the game is, like it ends up being expanded.
But everyone bought Street Fighter 4. Like
eventually.
Everyone fucking.
I waited until everyone started thinking the game was good. Like I, for example, did not buy it right away.
But I mean, neither did I, because I didn't know about like fighting games until like AE 2012, I guess, or I guess it was till like Marvel 3. But like, like everyone like jumped on it because it was like it's the new Street Fighter, and Street Fighter is like a big fucking deal, and it had been a very long time since Third Strike had come out, right? Like,
I guess that's a good point. I guess like the IP wasn't really tarnished at that point. Like it's not like you expect the game to be bad on release and get good. Street Fighter 4 started that trend.
Yeah, like 4 is like what everyone said brought us out of the dark ages, and now people's like, oh, that's disrespectful to everyone who played CVS 2, but whatever, get fucked. Like, like right, like everyone considers like the time between 3 and 4, like Third Strike and Vanilla 4, to be like the FGC Dark Ages, because there was like nothing new, and everyone who like wasn't already good at Marvel 2 or like Street Fighter 3, like didn't really have anything to do.
You know, actually, in hindsight, I think CVS 2 was... You were talking about Capcom vs. SNK 2, right? That game was probably my first fighting game, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, now that I think back at it, like, I think I actually played that, like, on the fucking GameCube. If I don't count, what's it called? Like, arcade cabinets. Like, if I really count, like, a game that I actually own. I think CVS 2 was the first one. That's funny.
That's great. The first fighting game I actually owned was, I think, Vanilla Marvel 3.
Oh, shit.
And that's just because and that was, I think, after Ultimate had come out, because I just saw it was on sale, and I didn't know that, like, Ultimate was a thing.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And then I was like, what the fuck? I'm pressing down, and then down forward, and no fireballs coming out. This is bullshit. And then I bought, like, I think it was AE 2012 or Ultra, and then I, like, actually started playing fighting games. And then I played Skullgirls, and now I'm here.
The lore.
Yeah.
Now you're a veteran of Skullgirls.
Unfortunately. Oh damn, Graham accusing his opponent of lag switching.
Damn. I was kind of wondering. Okay, so like at the end, right? Like Graham was not in a situation where he necessarily lost yet. Like he wasn't. It wasn't checkmate, but it was check, and he ended up jumping 3 times to avoid parasol pressure in the corner. And like instead of jumping 3 times, if he just like jumped twice and pressed the button, he would have been 100% fine. Like if you like holding up back and getting 3 jumps out of there, there's something clearly wrong there. Like what is your brain stuck on? You know. But if it's like rollback, then it could be a thing, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, it's a hard spot. I think you kind of just have to mentally give up at that point and just, like, be like, next game. Like, positive mentality for the next game.
Yep.
I think in that case is where, like, especially, like, again, player that's typically better than you, like, I think you kind of just need to try and reset your mental.
I honestly thought, considering how, like, Graham, like, at least took the time to even, like, type that out, I figured that would be harder to get that mindset back, but no, actually he's starting off pretty strong.
Yeah, but then also he that built ahead and then didn't launch the missiles and then did nothing. I'm very confused at what his game plan is here.
Oof. Oh wow, okay, he actually dropped it. I was gonna say, like, his game plan is probably, like, at least build up half an on Dizzy Bar, and then, like, see if he can get that second meter, go for DHC. Probably doesn't want Gr8 to take the blunt of the 3 heads or anything like that, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, like Graham really shit the bed. He went for the knockdown, which is already weird, but then he did nothing with it.
Unfortunate.
Also, no air grab from Graham. Oh, okay. Well, he got the hit.
Same side mid.
And he's getting the big combo. This is huge. But he's gonna need. Oh, gets a counter hit grab too. That's really big again, because it allows him to sustain this reset game.
Oh, wait,
God,
what was
drops.
that? That cannot have been intentional.
And mad if Fuka plays beating arm. Man, it works. Like, use it till it don't.
Yeah.
Like, Skullgirls is a game just about, like, random guessing a lot of the time. Like, you just gotta use shit till it stops working.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like a pretty real thing in a lot of fighting games, and I guess I'm coming from a Tekken mindset, where it's like, if you have a good move, if you have a move that you like and you're able to convert off of it and do a lot of stuff with it, if your opponent's not punishing it, just abuse the fuck out of it. Like, that's how you play the game.
Yeah. Like, yeah, the scrub option's only a scrub option if it doesn't work, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Graham really had every opportunity to win this game, and he threw it away, like, 3 times at least.
Yeah. That Robo was definitely doing work. I mean, I guess Parasol versus Robo is a really tough matchup if Parasol's not in complete control.
But yeah, he went for a hard knockdown setup, threw that away, and then he had the band set play going, he threw that away, and now he's sitting on 5 meter, right? Because he never cashed out to like kill a character.
There's that drop coming back to haunt him. Like he, that's twice now. I think he could have killed and then lost the combo.
Yeah.
Both times on Fuqua too. That really sucks.
Yeah. Like, think about, like, the health he has left, right? And think about 5 meter, right? That's 1 touch each. Easy.
Yep.
That's 2 grabs, right? Like, that's 2 grabs and you win the game there. Like, so he clearly could have spent that meter better. He clearly could have spent that meter better, because at the very least, you can do big band hard knockdown and baloney jail, right? Like, like, just into the double, right? You can just do gay baby jail and, like, fuck it and, like, go from there, but you're just gonna get buried with your riches, man.
Actually got buried with her riches twice, because you can also think about, like, Robo died with both the heads. Like, you were talking
3
about
heads.
how Robo... Yeah. No, it was 2, wasn't it? Yeah, I think he used one.
Well, he also keeps building 4 heads, and, like he builds 1 more head, because he's not keeping track of how many he has, so he just does it, like, twice, even though he has 2. And, like...
That's some Robo
like,
privilege
really...
there. Like, it literally tells you how many heads you have in front of you. Like, you don't get, like, the squiggly charge mystery game, like, where, did I get to keep my charge or not? Like, you don't have to play that fucking game. It tells you right there, man. Come on.
Ooh, good. I like that neutral jump.
Oh, wow. Okay, card
Nice
canceling
grab.
actually setting up the mine.
So he can kill Parasol here if he decides to spend everything.
Good.
I think he will, yeah.
Okay. Looking good.
Weird combo though, again, not, like, he knows the optimal combo, and it's equally as hard as that one.
Kill with SSJ. Yeah, you don't need ultimate.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Good. That's also big too, not spending that last speeder, because if he builds one more, that's a safe DHC, and he's gonna need it in this matchup. This kill will take a while, but if he keeps on getting hit by the like 48 frame command grab, then.
I remember it doesn't happen as much anymore, but like I remember like back when I was playing against Ifuko, you're just like, there's no mix to that encore, just hold up back. You know what I mean? It's like fucking.
Did I use your real name?
I think you did.
Damn.
I don't remember. It doesn't matter.
I never use your real name.
That's not true. Usually to annoy me, you use my real name with the Indian pronunciation.
Oh yeah, that I do. Oh my god, yeah, and Graham again. So like, look at that. He kind of like I said he was gonna need like mad resets, and he did, and he got all of them instantly. Like, Graham really just not having any real defense against this Fukua. Fukua's not that hard to block. I don't understand why people have trouble.
You play Fukua. It's like
I played against people who block this shit easy too. If you can push block first hit, they can't mix you up because there's too much hit stun on or hit lag on her crouch light kick.
I don't know, I feel like it's a confirmation bias thing where it's so easy to keep track of all the times you didn't get the hit, but it's kind of hard to keep track of all the times you are getting the hit.
I don't know. Who is hard? Like I was like, unless you're talking about like in mixes, like yeah, she can be hard to block, but like not that hard. Like in neutral, like it's so hard for Fuku to open you up.
What the fuck is your plan here? I have no idea what you're trying to do.
Yeah, one fireball and you lose.
Christ.
Yeah,
there it is. Like I would have just gone for like some big fucking read there, where like just jump up, air grab, hope for the fucking best, and if you got it, then you win.
Yeah.
But if you if you don't go for that read, you just lose, right?
Yeah, det mode is like, I guess like it's the only way he gets out of that pressure, like 100%. But then like you can just like you can just wait like that. Right, and it's like, so the deck goes off. He even got all the way to the deck going off, and it still hung him. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for like actually like open people up. You know what I mean? Like yeah, like she can she can like get you once you have like the shadow set up. But to do that, they need to already be in the combo.
By that logic, wouldn't Parasol Fukua actually make sense as a team then? Because you use Parasol to open up DHC into Fukua and then just have a field day.
I mean, yeah, but that's so low damage, right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. Okay, all right. So the damage is the big concern there, because I hear you like complain about that duo a lot, or I shouldn't say that duo, that shell.
Yeah.
A lot.
I mean, it's the same reason behind playing Painwheel mid, right? Like Painwheel has terrible like point versus point neutral, right? But what you do, you hatred install, cash out a combo, and like she has, and usually you're in the corner by that point too. And she has really good corner resets, and she has pretty good incoming, right? So it's like you have to just deal with, and again, that one combo will just explode you also, because most hatred install combos will, like DHC combos will explode you, so.
Good shit. Well, yeah. I guess we are going to wrap up this tournament, though. That was the final set. Congratulations to KJ for getting first place in the November 2020 prize pool tournament, followed by Graham Sandwich, and followed by Tyrone. A lot of you guys played pretty well. I enjoyed watching your games. You guys did fantastic. And if you'd like what you saw here or would like to improve your play in general, you can improve your play one step at a time. And one good step is to sign up for Skullgirls Gr8 every Saturday at 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern, etc., etc. Match up against a relatively even opponent, and then provide constructive criticism on your play. But if you're just here for the tournaments, do not fret. We do go live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, etc. I will look forward to seeing you guys for the December Gr8 tournament season, and and hopefully you guys check out Gr8. This weekend specifically, there are no matchups. It is the lab stream, so you get to watch Penny spill her brilliant brain of just labbed out content, because it's kind of mean to say it's all she does, but goddamn does she lab a lot, and she knows a fuck ton of shit because of it. So check that out. I am the Crank Machine. Thank you so much, Kenji, for co-hosting with me. Appreciate it. How the tin went. I will talk to y'all later.